What is up and what's going on, fellow fanatic? Not fanatics. Wrong fucking channel. What's up? What's going on, fellow Panther streamers? We appreciate every single one of you guys being here this evening, hanging out with us. We do have a show for you this evening where we are going to talk about, obviously, the Doomsday cast that was announced yesterday. We're going to talk about Snow White and its abysmal disaster. We're going to talk about Stephen A. and his vendetta against LeBron, and we're also going to talk about Superman and its 5-minute preview that it's supposed to be getting. So we're going to talk about all those things. We'll talk about a few other little sub things too. One of the things that we're going to talk about is, what was it with Stephen Yeun?
A casting of some sort?
What was it?
Avatar: The Last Airbender
casting.
Doing what?
Oh.
Who was he?
Nickelodeon.
No. I mean, he's a voice actor. He's on the animated. Okay, I thought maybe
he played Mark in Invincible. All 3 seasons.
Yeah.
I knew that. I was saying I thought you were meant when you said he was cast in the Last Airbender that was the live action version, the Netflix version. I wonder who he's in the newer series, who he is.
I'm not sure on that one. You have an article, I'm sure, but we'll talk about Black Wrestlers, Assassin's Creed, and I believe that'll be it.
Can we start with Assassin's Creed, bro?
Well, one of the things I wanted to start with, if you don't mind, because it's not on the list, I just wanted to ask if you saw it. I'm sure everybody has seen it. Did you guys see Marvin Sapp? Never would have made it. Gospel singer. You didn't see that video?
I know who he is, but what
Yeah. So Marvin Sapp, a video came out of Marvin Sapp. I want to say this is an older video, but it's resurfacing, and it's a video of him telling the congregation. And yes, I don't care that it was at an event. It was at an event of I don't think it was his church. It was at an event where he had like 40,000. I might be getting that number wrong. Some people there. Anyway, at the end of the event, he did not let people leave. He told the ushers, close the doors. Do not let anyone leave until everybody in here donates or gives at least, I think, $20. Yo, brother, go ahead, chill if you can. It's in the Pantheon. DM, and you can play it because I don't have the sound on here. Listen to what he told the congregation. Don't play the whole thing, brother.
Violence in the church. Ain't no way.
You don't have to play the whole thing because it's 2 minutes and 49 seconds.
Never would have made it. Never.
Yeah, the remix. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Here it is.
Fatal J, Stamina, Ricardo Woods, Andre Ware, what up?
That is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
No.
Close the doors.
Brother,
we all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight.
Yeah, that's right. I hear him.
I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed.
Hey, and we challenge you for super chat.
$20 is a lot of money. Hey. $20, believe it or not, when my late wife Melinda P. Sapp was alive, was a good date.
No, he
I could take her to the movies, buy a box of popcorn, get one soda, 2 straws. I wasn't cheap. That's swag. I was looking in her eyes. She's looking in mine.
It's crazy. The black church is something else, brother.
Can't do that no more.
Are you invoking your dead wife for donation?
We've all sold and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with me, to plant a seed of $100.
If you give me $2 super chat,
it costs to sit up here.
I get a coffee.
I got you.
It costs to sit up here.
It costs to sit up here? That is insane. I didn't listen to the whole thing originally.
Never would have made it my ass. Never would have paid it. Let me.
And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm gonna have y'all come to the altar and give it because I need to see 1,000 people moving.
No, we need it electronically.
Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving.
This internet bill won't pay itself.
Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on the. Take your phone and stick it on the bucket.
Yeah, it's an experience. Super chats. We even play a little ditty.
I'm mad. So
It's
you gonna put
crazy
that
to
$20
me.
in here just so you can take it back out.
Shh. Giving is worship.
That's insane. That's insane.
You gonna
Giving
put
is
your
worship.
$20 in there just so you can take it back out.
That's
worship.
insane.
This ain't the time to talk.
They wilding at the church now, boy. They
Bruh.
scared.
1,000 people need to give $20.
We are
1,000 people need to
losing
give $20.
recipes, folks.
1,000 people
Losing
online
recipes.
need to give $20. This is easy, saints. This is a
But
easy
see, this
miracle.
is one of the reasons
We
that
should be
people
able
are not
to raise
going to church as
$40,000
much as they,
tonight just for y'all giving.
one of the
That's
reasons.
it.
Don't churches don't have to pay taxes too? They get like the property.
No, they
for-
don't.
That
Yeah,
is free.
they don't. It's crazy though. For you to sit up there and say it costs to sit up here, for you to sit and say ushers close the doors, we're not letting nobody leave until you give me.
I'd have been like,
Yeah, close the doors. Yeah, brother,
Yeah.
the way I would have pushed through them motherfucking doors, I'm like, nigga, if you don't get the fuck out of my way. That's crazy. In the name of Jesus, get out of my way. What the fuck? That's crazy.
You in a church full of devout saints, and you say close the doors. My head instantly went to Ted Williams. I'm like, all right, no, we need to go. I'm not drinking
Yeah.
Kool-Aid. We're out of here. Let's go. Let's
Right.
go. Let's get up out of here. I ain't got time for that.
Ted Williams.
The guy, he had the cult. He made the people
Mhm.
drink the Kool-Aid. They did a group suicide, a
Ooh.
group unaliving. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that whole thing was crazy to me. But again, that's a lot of the black church for you. That is crazy that you sat there and tried to get $20 out of people before they left. Yeah, like you said.
You know what? The last thing I'll take from that
Never
before we
would have
move on.
paid it.
Never would have paid it. The last thing I'll take is that he calculated. He said, "Oh, I can do a great miracle. $20, 1,000 people watching. Oh, that's a great miracle. There's 100 people in here. $20 a head. Great miracle. Oh, we got people. Oh, y'all gonna give me $100 up here on the stage? Yeah, it costs to be up here. Great miracle. Great miracle. He ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Did he ever tell y'all what the miracle was? Did he ever tell y'all what he was gonna buy with this huge donation that he's locking people in the church and extorting them for? Like what are we buying? What are we getting? Who's how many homes are we buying with this? What do we buying school lunches? We doing a vacation for the seniors. What is this money going to, sir? That's why I got pissed off. He put his $20 in there. Like, why did you do that? And you know damn well, like your salary coming right out that pot. You taking that $20 right back out of there. What? Yeah, I agree, Darius. This is the reason why people have lost confidence in their church, much like they've lost confidence in their political affiliations because of charlatans like this.
Yeah, it's much better here on Islam. Everybody, do a Sean King. Everybody
has their charlatans. Everyone has their money getters. People who are looking to
fastest growing religion in the world.
Absolutely.
Assalamu alaikum.
Sure.
Yeah, Marvin Sapp, like he said, I never would have paid it because that shit wouldn't have got paid, brother. I would have pushed through them doors so fast. I would have said, if
You
you
said
don't
put the
get
buckets up here because I want to see you, hey brother. Hey, listen,
you know that news reporter.
I'm very good at that game. Very good at that game. I won't.
Oh yeah. Usually that's just I've done him like that news reporter when they kept asking me that black dude. He said, if you don't get hell no. But yeah, anyway, that's what to bring that up.
Violence in the church over donations. Okay. All right. Yeah, I see what type time you on. I understand, Marvin Sapp. I'm gonna put my paws all over one of your ushers if they try to touch me while I'm leaving. Me and my family is out of here.
Yeah. All right, Chill. You said you wanted to go to what was it? Black wrestlers?
Nah, I don't want to go there. I forget what it was, but before I forget the next thing, Dan wrote something about how is Children of Blood and Bone doing. I'm reading it and I'm a slow reader, and that's something I'm learning about myself is just how much of a slow reader I am, and like ADD. I don't know if I'm gonna call it ADD. I'm not gonna diagnose myself, but like I'm not concentrating, and I'll do something else. My phone is right there. My phone has Instagram reels, and
you try audiobooks.
No, I'm gonna read the physical book. I'm still getting through it. I'm probably 30% finished it right now, which is terrible. I bought this book how many months back? Yeah.
I said the same thing. My wife has rented all 3 of the books, and she's done with them. She knows everything about the damn series
Oh, since when it was announced?
since it was announced. Yeah, since they got the castings and all that stuff in there, she rented the audiobook. She's been listening to them like in the next room. So like I got little tidbits, and I'm starting to piece things together, but I haven't read the story because I'm like you. I'm like, no, I want to read the book. Like I want to see the text, but it's slow. Like it is slow. And then having to consume all this other digital content for the shows and whatnot, the podcasts, it's tough to find time.
What's your experience with reading, Darius?
Typically I don't have a problem reading, but I typically prefer to listen to an audiobook. If I'm going to, I'll get the audiobook and listen to it.
Like on a routine, if you got to drive or if you got a 40-minute commute to work, you can get through that audiobook on a regular basis. But I just don't have anything like that where I'm routinely doing the same thing.
You replace your like podcast time with some audiobook.
I watch a lot of YouTube though. Like I got to see what Purpose saying about this and Joe from Real Shift. Then I got to tune into to John Roca. You hear what John Roca said earlier today? No, no. It's more of the disappointment that we were all on here.
It's good to see the Wakandans involved as well.
I agree. Yeah,
that's an important corner of this universe.
Do we get T'Challa or T'Chaka or whoever is going to replace Black Panther in this situation?
I think so.
Yeah.
Replace.
Do you think Doomsday or Secret Wars?
I have no idea. I mean, listen, Is there any distinction at this point?
Let me skip ahead.
Yes. Doomsday is the.
What does he be talking about sometimes, man?
Jeff doesn't care like that. He
People
just
say,
hears
is there any
shit.
distinction at this point? Yes.
Or Secret Wars.
He doesn't care.
Based on the timing,
okay.
I would say it suggests yes. I think that you probably will.
Yeah.
It's been helpfully clarified for me that I'm not talking about it's not T'Challa 1, it's T'Challa 2 that they're casting. They're casting the son.
Right.
Oh my God.
Okay. They're casting the new Black Panther.
Right.
I've already sort of intimated who it, was going to be.
Right.
They made an offer to an actor who is now a superhero elsewhere. And there will be a lot on that person's shoulders. Listen, I think the Avengers, I think Doomsday is like definitely on the right track. Robert Downey Jr. is really all you need.
An actor who is already a superhero elsewhere, so there'll be a lot on his shoulders. That's 2 people. That's either Damson, because he took Children of Blood and Bone, or dude that's playing Mr. Terrific.
No, it's Aaron Pierre. Because you're thinking, no way, he doesn't qualify.
No. That's not a thing. There's no way that they would double brand that way, letting him play Jon Stewart and T'Challa 2, Toussaint. They're not going to let if he was just a minuscule character on the DC brand, maybe you could swing it. Somebody who's less recognizable, but like a Green Lantern and the Black Panther feels kind of derivative. I don't think they try to stay away from things like that. If we're being closer to the scoops and what people are saying, I would say probably zero in on Damson. But man,
it was
how are they able to convince? Well, no, I guess if they're able to convince themselves, it doesn't really hurt Damson. But why would he take the derivative role? Right, I would think the holdout would be about, well, am I going to be the guy? Like, am I going to be the Black Panther in perpetuity? Am I going to continue on? Yeah. How do you feel secure about your position, knowing that you're replacing the current Black Panther, who apparently is an Avenger all of a sudden? They're bringing you in to be the Black Panther over her, and they're putting her in a movie. How do you feel secure about being the son of the Black Panther, which is not a thing, No way that they pitched that to you as something that they had any.
Is this a
comic book
rerun,
content
Marcus?
to you.
We do this all the time. I'm over it.
No, why did Damson Idris, if it's him, why did he take this? And then also something that I've kind of been on the same page with Tina about. I don't think that they would do this before Ryan had a chance to cast that character.
This is not going to have anything to do with Black Panther 3. I don't think so. Black Panther 3 is happening in a soft rebooted universe. So this is whatever they're doing. This is that. This is
a variant comes, a variant helps them defeat Doom. Okay, I'm back off to my universe. Bye. And that's the ending of Doomsday or Secret Wars. Yep. I listen to all of the Silo books after this most recent session. I'm the same ADHD brain, can't sit through the book, crushing audiobooks though. Darius is a great mind reader until he's on camera. What does that mean? What does that mean, blood?
Yeah, that's what they're definitely going to do there with him. They are definitely going to take a variant, and the variant is going to be the deal that is Doomsday and Secret Wars. Now, whatever happens in 2028 with Ryan Coogler is going to just be picking up from 2022's for never. And then I'm sure some of the
is he
stuff
still
that happened in Secret
fluffing
Wars
it?
we talked about.
Is he what he's really trying to say is that it's just going to be a variant and not that it's going to be the T'Challa 2? Is he still fluffing it? Because
T'Challa,
if it's T'Challa 2, why would you need to make it a variant?
You're looking for them to make sense? No, it'll be a variant and it'll be the sun. That's just
why would it
stupidity.
need to be
because they're
variant?
stupid, Marcus. Because they got some thick skulls. That's why.
No, okay.
Ryan Coogler.
It might be the
Black
sun.
Panther.
It might be the son, or it might be the grandfather, whichever one they
grandpa or
decide
shit like that. Yeah, that's
go
the
with.
stupid shit that makes sense to me for them to do. You know what I mean? Like, I understand it's stupid and it's illogical, but like it still doesn't meet the.
I don't think it's the kid.
Marvel pattern,
where I once thought it was the child and all that kind of stuff. I don't think it's the kid. I think it's the grandfather or something like that. It's a grandfather or something.
I mean, then look, y'all. There's really no hope.
There's not.
I want to.
We know.
I want to level set
You
what
don't need
they.
to.
No. We're talking about it. We got to talk about it.
Now, let him say this, because there's something I want to say about that scoop too. That I think that kind of, and no one's gonna like what I'm gonna say. I was just thinking about it today, but go ahead and go and say what you guys.
Are we at the point where we're talking Avengers Doomsday? Is this where?
Yeah, we can go. Let's start there.
Okay, cool. So let's just establish what it was they were trying to show us, what they were trying to tell us yesterday with the 5-hour casting, right? With the seats reveal. All the Thunderbolts are surviving except for maybe Taskmaster. We're bringing back all the X-Men except for Storm. We are what else is going on? All the what is it? The Young Avengers, all of those, bringing all that together. Basically, all the stuff that you've hated, not just from the last couple of phases, but from like phases beyond. We went and pulled out Ghost, and we got John Walker, and we got Red Guardian. You guys love those productions and those movies, right? We got She-Hulk. Yeah. We're going to put all of that you hated on the biggest thing that's supposed to bring us out of this hole, the biggest production that we've been building up to for the last 5 to 10 years. This shit's done, y'all. And honestly, I know that we keep talking about it's not going to happen. We should stop hoping. We should be realistic. Their only saving grace was to excite people by revealing like, oh, no, they actually did it. They brought back they recasted T'Challa. They did like that. When they said it was going to be something that was bigger than Dr. Doom, well, the only thing that's bigger than Dr. Doom is bringing back a keynote character you said you weren't going to bring back. There is no beating Dr. Doom by telling me Sentry is going to be in this movie. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Although that may end up being how Battle World forms, is through his little void thing that he got going on inside of him. maybe he forms it.
Hey, that's how big we are on Pantheon. He's still live. He's on his live stream going, let me read a message.
Appreciate you, bro. Come on over when you're done, man. But yeah, they're telling you everything that you already hated is cool. We're going to make it right. We got the Russos. They're going to rehab all these characters, and you're going to love them. And that's what's going to carry us into the promised land. So be clear. If they're looking in our face and telling us they're not going to give us what we want, and that we're just going to deal with it, watch the castle burn, y'all. Sit back, relax. And also, Monica Rambeau got shafted too. Where's she at?
Well, I'll tell you, this is my takeaway from yesterday. And for those that have watched my streams or things we've talked about in the past, when things we cover all the time is leaks and rumors. Not everybody likes leaks and rumors all the time, but I personally love them. So we cover them a lot. We have known about the X-Men. We have known about the X-Men coming into the universe for quite some time, especially the Fox X-Men. That wasn't a shocker to any of us that have been in these spaces. That wasn't a shocker to us yesterday. I saw some people saying, well, Ian McKellen was a shocker. No. One of the reasons that wasn't a shocker is because the original rumor was Kevin Feige worked on the original X films, and because Bryan Singer didn't want the comics on set, he was sneaking them to Hugh Jackman and things like that. He was really involved and blah, blah, blah. So once he became president of Marvel Studios and could have everything his way, he was like, okay, I want to do a proper send-off for the Fox X-Men, so let's have them be the X-Men that come in, i.e. why we see Kelsey Grammer's Beast at the end of the Marvels and things like that and blah, 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 with Monica in that universe. We always knew that the X-Men were coming into this universe for quite some time. So yesterday, I don't think was for us. And one of the things that I have said many, many times when we talk about recasting T'Challa and why I do not believe that he's going to be coming back, no matter how much this core group, scream recast T'Challa, because Marvel Studios is not catering to us comic readers. As I've said before, we can come up with all the great ideas of Marvel should do this, Marvel should do that, but Marvel's going to do what Marvel's going to do, regardless of all the things that we might think about, all the things that we might scream to them, all the protests and whatever that we might have. They're going to do what they're going to do at the end of the day. And the reason I'm saying that again is because they're not catering to us. Yesterday was not for the core audience. Yesterday was not for those of us that have been here since 2008. Those of us that have been here, reading the comics, picking those up after school, picking that stuff up on the weekends, watching, that wasn't for us. It was for the core audience, to let the core audience know, hey, we're trying to fix, we're trying to get all this stuff together. We're letting you guys know that Thunderbolts is important, because none of you are watching. No one's watching Daredevil. Nobody went and saw, what was the movie that came out before Daredevil? What just came out? Brave New World. None of you went and saw that. So how do we, Marvel Studios, get the audience, the core audience, the newbies, the whatevers, to understand that Thunderbolts is important, Fantastic Four is important, blah, blah, blah. We do what we do, what they did yesterday, and they also dole out what I've been saying from day one. Robert Downey Jr. is the selling point. You have the X-Men, yes, but you have RDJ. So that brings me back to recast, and this is where I'm putting the pin in. They are not recasting him because, again, it's not for us. As long as the core audience has a male black man in that suit, it does not matter. It doesn't matter. And that's what yesterday was for. I'm not saying it was for the recast stuff. I'm saying yesterday, the cast or whatever, to answer where's Hallie, where's Monica and all them. Yesterday was just a tease. We've also know that they are going to announce the bigger, Elizabeth Olsen saying right now, well, I'm not in Doomsday. Okay, well, when her name shows up on the next 5-hour stream they do, or the third 5-hour stream, because there are 50 plus characters in Doomsday. They only announced 27. Tom Holland wasn't mentioned. We know damn well that Benedict Cumberbatch is in it. We know that Charlize Theron is in it. We know that Tatiana Maslany's She-Hulk is supposed to play a big role. So is Monica. Monica is supposed to play a Vision role. She's going to be the MacGuffin. She's the reason. She's going to cause, from what we know, spoiler alert, you have 5 seconds. from what we know, we're going to see our very first incursion in Doomsday, and it's going to be with Monica when, because Monica's over there and her being over there, blah, 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 blah. So Monica's going to play a big role. Hallie, we're going to see Hallie. They're not just announcing James Marsden and everybody else. We're seeing everyone, but they're laying the breadcrumbs out. Yesterday was just, hey, hi, we're doing it. So that's that. That's my thoughts, at least.
Lurking over here. Look. I do think you got a couple things backwards, right? The normies may be who they're trying to serve, but that's not their core audience. The normies are fluid, right? First thing we got to realize about normies is that we are all normies of a certain sort, depending on the genre or depending on the product, right? I'm a insider, or I'm a comic book guy. I'm a guy who knows the lore for comic book movies. But if we talking rom-coms, I'm a normie. I'm only going to watch a couple a year, and it really doesn't mean anything to me or to perpetuate the genre. I don't care about it. But if there's something good, I'll watch it. That's how most people are about Marvel films. It's not like they're going to follow every single second and piece of news that's around it like us, the core of Marvel, but they need to be drawn in by glitz and glam. Now, the problem with this logic and what they did yesterday is that they have already served the normie audience this drivel, and they didn't eat it. They left it in the trough. They didn't touch it.
With what? Are you talking about phase 4 and 5?
With everything that they pumped into this
I agree.
Outside of that,
I agree.
Right? They've already given you that. You've given them those characters, even the stuff that they didn't announce that they held back. The Tatiana Maslany, the
Brie Larson,
right? We've gone down that road already. So if that's the big reveal you're holding back, is that, oh my God, Captain Marvel's going to actually be?
I don't think that's the big reveal. I don't think there is a big reveal. There's nothing too big reveal because we know who the players are. We know who's going to be in Doomsday. We know who's going to be in Secret Wars. I mean, that is it. I mean, you have to know that. So I don't think I think whoever the scoopers were that were saying it's going to be bigger than RDJ, I think that was them wanting clicks, embellishing, because there's nothing, I don't believe, like you said, there's no news that Marvel Studios is going to put out that is going to be bigger than RDJ unless it's, say, like you said, recasting T'Challa or something to that magnitude. Yeah. The cast of Doomsday and Secret Wars is not bigger than RDJ. And I also think that this, for the stuff that they're doing with Doomsday or whatever, I will say, from what I saw yesterday online on Instagram and all the other things, the people that aren't in this live stream, that aren't currently, that aren't in this stuff like that, they just go to the movies, they see the trailers, whatever. They were talking about it. Marvel definitely got everyone's attention yesterday because the grab is going to forever be RDJ. When you have him sitting at the end of the empty chairs doing this, and then you're saying that Tony Stark, the Tony Stark we knew, is tied to Doctor Doom. Regardless of if you're interested in it, regardless if you think it's a good idea or not, the curiosity alone is going to drive people.
And the surprise is he is being back as Iron Man. I'm just letting you guys know that every chance I'll get to tell you that, I will. She-Hulk, Tatiana Maslany wasn't advertised, and Brie Larson wasn't either. This is Donald Trump's America. They're trying to signal to the casuals, hey, it's not that girl power stuff. Vanessa Kirby's in here, yeah? But that'll make you think, oh, that means that the Fantastic Four are here, and you can kind of like be okay with that one right there. This was deliberately not showing a lot of females in here. Letitia Wright got in there.
It feels like this is like Marvel rehab.
Yeah.
It feels like let's rehash all of our wrongs and try to create a new universe out of it, which really is putting a damper on my perspective on them trying to soft reboot this universe, because look at what it is they want to highlight. Look at the stuff that they're probably going to want to hang on to and carry over into the new universe. This is losing steam. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago, the concept of a Secret Wars movie was mind exploding. The potential of having this many characters in a movie again, I couldn't have told you my level of excitement where it would be after seeing what it is, where we're headed. Right? I'm in your camp. They're not recasting T'Challa, right? Okay. Well, if they're not doing that, and they're depending on Anthony Mackie and Letitia Wright and Winston Duke and Paul Rudd and you know, the merry band of nobody gives a shits to get them a Billy and write the shit for Marvel and plant their flag of dominance in the comic book space, then I don't know what to tell y'all, folks. If y'all have confidence in that, then I wish you good luck. I wish you good luck. But I'm looking at it now from a perspective of, okay, cool. They've disaffected me and they don't have any plans of winning me back. So now it's kind of more of like cheering on the burning, right? Like, then let's get in that mode seriously. If we're actually in the mindset that they're not going to pivot, they're not going to do really bold things, they're not going to try and blow your socks off, they're not going to bring in characters that we never thought we'd see really in the MCU again, then, you know, let them have it. Let them have it.
Do you not think it's going to make that Billy?
It will. It's called Avengers.
Okay.
Oh, that's why I definitely think it's going to make $1 billion. And again, the reason I'm saying, the only reason, well, not the only reason, there's so many different fractions to this movie. I think the reasons why it makes $1 billion, but RDJ being one of the mains, I think him being somewhat involved in Fantastic Four and all that kind of stuff is really going to
get that guy marketing that movie, showing up in all these international markets, doing his thing. Like, we all learned about, remember how Jonathan Majors didn't market his movie well enough? We got to see how Magazine Dreams didn't even gross $1 million yet. A power of your main actor advertising movie showing up, having Jimmy Fallon laugh at your jokes extra hard, that resonates with people. So Robert Downey marketing this movie, he is worth every dollar he's asking for. This movie will be perfectly fine. I'm even saying $2 billion. I haven't seen.
I think it's going to do. I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna do. I'm telling you. I think it's gonna do stupid numbers. They have written it. It's written. What do you mean? It's done.
I didn't read it though. I don't know what happens in it.
My point is, they have to put together a coherent story. They still have to put all 50 of these characters on screen and make it make sense for 2.5 hours.
Which they did with Infinity War.
Y'all are falling into the normie camp right now.
That's
like,
true.
oh my god, they
no.
got RDJ.
No.
You don't just
it has to be good. You may not, and it does have to be good. But when you are pulling in, I'm looking at success. I'm looking at your success record. I'm looking at your resume. And I'm not talking about Marvel. I'm talking about the Russos. I'm talking about Marks McFeely. I'm talking about with Marvel Studios. I'm not talking about what you've done outside of Marvel. I'm talking about inside of Marvel. I think the Russos are better directors when they have characters that they don't have to build out and flesh a story. The story's already there. The characters are already there. Now they've done it. They've proved it to us. Some of our favorite Marvel films are directed by the Russos.
It's a cop-out. And they were writing from a place of dominance. People were going to go see those movies regardless. What we have seen in the last 2 years is that people will stay home for a Marvel movie. And I don't think that necessarily changes because you said, hey, we undeaded Tony Stark. And
we've seen in the last 2 years that people will stay home for Marvel movies until the word of mouth drives them. We've seen that proven with the Guardians. Nobody was going to see Guardians. Weekend 3, the word of mouth was so large, everybody was going. Guardians is a good movie. Guardians is a very good movie. Yep. I'm saying I'm not falling into a norm because RDJ doesn't excite me being Dr. Doom. That never excited me. But what I'm saying is having the Russos there who have already proven their Marvel track record, at least. I'm not talking about any shit else they've done. Their Marvel track record, at least. And that they have been thinking about Secret Wars or whatever for as long as they have. And whatever story they have blew up or whatever. I don't know the story. I'm not calling it good. I'm not calling it anything like that. I'm just saying the Russos have a proven track record with Marvel. RDJ coming back and all that stuff.
what I'm hearing from the general audience, what I'm hearing from even a lot of insiders is that it's too big to fail. There's too many reputations on the line. These guys have been too good together, so it has to be good. It's not, oh my God, I read the story and it's the best thing I ever read. It's not, oh my God, I got leaked some footage and it's going to blow your socks off. It's not, oh my goodness, the way that all of these movies are coming together in the lead up is really creating excitement. It's none of that. It's, oh, they have a good reputation. They've done it in the past. That guy can't fail at it. Okay. And if that's the guarantee that holds up the $2 billion expectation, I'm going to go for the under. I'll bet.
I don't think, but that's just it. I don't think it's just solely that, oh, these guys have a good track record with Marvel, that it's driving a $2 billion. I'm not saying 2 billion, but $1 billion, $1 billion box office. The reason I'm saying that is, one, the title of Avengers. Two, all these characters are coming back. You've already announced the Fox X-Men, so you've got that. I mean, it's doing literally what Deadpool and Wolverine just did, but with the Avengers.
Yeah.
Was the Avengers movies successful because of the title or because of the characters in the movie? You think people showed
the characters in the movie?
Because of the
characters in the movies, and that is exactly why they're giving you the cast that they're giving you so far.
If the characters in the movie matter, then if we're looking at Avengers 1, we're looking at Civil War, Ultron, we're looking at Infinity War and Endgame, right? There was no fat in any of those characters. All those characters that ended up in those movies had semi-popular productions leading up into it. If they weren't, that they were sidekicks in the movies that did well, right? Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, they all had something positive going on. There wasn't this laundry list of characters that needed to be rehabbed in a movie that you're supposed to be winning in, right? We're ignoring the fact that most of these characters are going to have to be written substantially different than the last time we seen them. And that's going to take up the majority of the time in the script. So on top of you doing character therapy by the Russos, you have to tell a compelling story to make people go out of that theater and be like, hey, you got to go see Doomsday.
But then that goes back to what we talked about the last time we talked about this. Captain America was on screen. Chris Evans was on screen. How long in Endgame? I think 7 minutes out of a 2-hour movie. And how long do we feel like he was on screen?
Okay.
I'm just giving a counter. How long do we feel like
Chris Evans is Anthony Mackie right now.
But Chris Evans is still in these movies.
The faith that we gave, it's a different position. The faith that we gave Chris Evans in Endgame only being there 5 minutes. Now we have to put Anthony Mackie in that same position and say, okay, Anthony Mackie gonna get 10 minutes worth of screen time. Is it gonna matter?
I don't think it is, but here's the thing. Here's one of the things that I think you keep missing is RDJ, Robert Downey fucking Jr. You may roll your eyes at it. I roll my eyes at him being Dr. Doom. The world is fucking not. They are curious. A radio station I listen to every morning never talks about fucking movies, about Avengers especially. They were talking about it this morning. Did you see the Doomsday cast? I think the thing that's got me the most curious is Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom. We care. The world, the normal audience like that, they're like, holy shit. The X-Men from the Fox universe are coming back? And then once they announce all the other people, everybody's like, oh my God. This movie's still going to do whatever the fuck Marvel wants it to do.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then there's no really point to us having criticism. If there's nothing we can say or do to lead people either to or away from it, then there's really no point in commentating on it, is it? Honestly,
definitely still commentate on it, because I don't believe T'Challa's getting recast, and we still talk about recast. So no, you still talk about it.
I'm just saying, if there's nothing to be said about how bad Marvel has been, if that doesn't play into your evaluation of what they could be, I just don't feel like we're giving it an honest.
I've been in the same boat. I'm here with you. I think that we all know Marvel's been shit. We all know. They know it. That's why they pulled the wild card that they pulled. I'm not saying that this movie is going to blow minds. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's going to be one of the best movies of all time. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying curiosity alone is going to drive people to the theater. Robert Downey, I'm telling you.
Can I?
What you got to say?
Can I say something?
Yeah,
I think both of y'all are right. I think there's saying that curiosity, it will get butts and seats. Will it be enough to get it over the hump of what it needs to get over? I don't think so. I think once the curiosity wears off and they say that this movie is a train wreck of a story, I think it dies. That's what I think. And I know I'm in the minority with that, but I do agree with Darius. The curiosity of RDJ and the buzz around it, whether it's good buzz or bad buzz, will get people to show up to the movie. The Avengers brand, that question you asked Marcus about, did they show up? Were they showing up for the Avengers brand or were they showing up for the characters? I do think that they show up for the characters, but I think now Marvel in their head think that they just show up for the Avengers logo, right? And I think that's going to bite them in the ass. I really do. I think a lot of Marvel's thinking going forward is the too big to fail playbook. And I think it's going to bite them in the ass. But I do think Darius's point of the curiosity is spot on. I think the nostalgia, they love bombing us right now. It's a toxic relationship. I just said on my last stream, they love bombing us right now. That's what they're doing. They're hitting us with all the shit that they think that we want, the nostalgia, the RDJ. How do we go from where we're sitting at currently right now with Captain America Brave New World to Doomsday in 2 movies? We got Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four. Is that enough time to get us from point A to point B and explain everything that has to be explained with Doomsday? I don't think so. I don't think the audience is dumb. I know we talk about the general audience, but I don't think they're dumb. And I think they're going to go watch this film and be left scratching their fucking head like what the fuck is going on. And I don't think that they are going to give a good review. I don't think it's going to be a good review because it's just crazy. All this shit is crazy. That's my
now.
opinion.
Let's assume. Let's assume that it's, and again, just playing both sides of the fence here to give a good conversation. Hell, we're giving a show, right? Let's just assume the script isn't crazy. Let's assume whatever Marcus whatever he came up with, it's like, holy shit, this is our way the fuck out because we had no way out. This is our way out. And let's assume that it's great. Then what? Still no T'Challa.
No, this wasn't a T'Challa conversation.
Right.
This was is it going to be successful? Two things, right? With the normies and them needing word of mouth to really generate momentum. Who generates that word of mouth for them? Blue, and your family and your close group of friends.
That's me
around you. Who do they go to figure out what the next good comic book movie is?
No, it's me. I know where you're going.
Darius. And your
same.
Who are the people going to get this word of mouth from all of a sudden to just keep going to see this movie?
That dude who watches each movie twice. That guy.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest with you. For me, speaking just for me personally, even though I have been on the same boat and I have, been watching the ship sink, I am curious as fuck. I'm going to be seated day damn one on the early premiere. I need to know how the fuck are you, because I've been here. I know how rocky and ugly this shit. How the fuck are you going to wrap it to make it make sense? I want to.
That's me.
I want to know. I want to know what you're doing with Kang. I want to know what you're doing. How are you pulling this together to make it make sense?
You didn't see that Kang, Jonathan Majors wrote a note to Kevin Feige, and Kevin Feige didn't respond to it. You didn't see that?
Yes, we did. I saw it. I heard him talking about it on the Breakfast Club.
What are we doing with Kang? Nothing.
Probably nothing. The second thing I had, though, is we talk about RDJ and how much him being back in the universe is driving it and how that's really going to run up the numbers. I'm just going to throw out a random star, an action star who's historically washing RDJ in box office and reverence in Hollywood, reputation, all of that. Okay. And then you tell me what you think he did box office wise in Marvel when everybody thought he was just going to save a production. Harrison Ford. What did that do? What did that do for Captain America?
I don't think it's
Harrison
the same.
Ford
though.
is Red Hawk. Harrison Ford is an infinitely bigger star than
Of course.
Robert Downey Jr. Maybe not,
But not in Marvel.
Harrison Ford.
There it is. There it is. But there it is.
They're leaning. They lean so heavily into marketing Harrison Ford as the Red Hawk to drive that movie. How did it result? Now I'm not saying that it had to go out.
The
and
movie's called Doomsday.
It's called Robert Downey Jr.
Go out and make $1 billion, but it didn't result in a bump. The movie is one of the worst performing Marvel movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying it's a 1-to-1, but if we scale it up, so if we take a Harrison Ford and make him a little bit more relevant to today's audience, you got Robert Downey Jr. And now all of a sudden, that bump that it gave to Brave New World, that got it to 400 million. Maybe we grace 800. Maybe we grace 850. If they post an 850 for Doomsday, now you asked me a question about what if the script was great. If they post an 850 for Doomsday, then what?
Terrible.
Oh yeah, that'd be terrible. It'd be terrible. But I don't think that the difference is, obviously, like you said it in there, RDJ is popular within the Marvel universe. There are people that consider that man the godfather of Marvel. So when I don't know. I think, again, as much as I can still consider it and will consider it until I see whatever they're doing on the screen to make me think differently, what they're doing with RDJ is lazy, just bringing him back. It's still like, and then it's still like it's RDJ. And then the thing is too, they've changed their narrative. At first it was, oh no, he's just Doom. And we've all known that it was always going to be connected to. Now they're even saying, to what's the most recent thing they said, Tony Stark leads to Doom, or all roads lead to Doom, or whatever it is that they said. They're tying Tony to him. So whatever
his death ties into this or something they said about
Tony
Stark dying.
Yeah. That's exactly what they said. So now that you're telling the audience that you're tying what we thought was a very significant death in Endgame to Doctor Doom, which I hate, but you're tying it to Doctor Doom. It's like, what are you doing? I gotta know.
But are the general audience, the normies or whatever, are they up on that? What Feige and all of them said when it comes to tying that Tony Stark to Doom?
I don't think so. But see, I think that's where I don't want to, because I know not everybody don't like leaks and rumors, so I'm not going to get into it. But I think that's where some of these new leaks and some of these leaks and rumors that have come out about his presence in Fantastic Four and his presence in other things come before that. I think that's where you're going to see or hear about that tie.
I think they got too much going on.
They have a lot going on.
It's a lot. I was just live with Tina. Even Tina was like, it's a lot of heavy lifting they got to do.
It's a lot going on.
Make this story work. I don't know how they make this
50 characters.
I don't know how they make this, and the characters don't know nothing about each other. Like, we got to have some type of dynamic between the characters. None of these people have worked with each other. This isn't like what we got with Endgame and Infinity War. They had built a rapport building up into this, until those last two Avengers movies.
And Captain Marvel and Wong.
So what?
Shang-Chi met 3 heroes: Hulk, Captain Marvel, Wong.
Never worked. I'm talking about as far as the actors working with each other. And Shang-Chi, did he really meet them? I mean, they showed up at the end post-credits. He didn't really meet them.
Yeah, but they can easily show us that throughout the last 3 years, they've been working together.
Okay, so now you got to take time away from RDJ, because RDJ is the selling point. Like Derek said, RDJ is the selling point. All of these characters is fighting for time with RDJ. RDJ is getting 50% of this movie. He getting 50%. They paid this man $50 million. He getting 50%.
That man working. That man getting paid.
Why you think he showed up on? Why you think he showed up on the chair situation at the end?
He's
They
the lead.
finna milk the hell out of RDJ.
Hell yeah. I mean, did you not even see what they're doing? Like, of course, after they revealed and he did the whole he went on Instagram under the post and said, "Oh, that's a big cast. That's a big talented cast list. That can't be it, right?" To where Marvel Studios replied to him and said, "There's always room for more." They know what they're doing. They've talked about this. We even know that Robert Downey Jr. is writing. He has helped writing, which I hate. Dr. Doom's backstory. So it's like they know what they're doing. They, yeah. They're trying.
Me, I smell money.
They're trying it again. It's not that. I'm telling you. I'm going to.
This is a
I'm going to hold on. I'm going to get my microphone. I'm going to get my camera guy, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to do a video. I'm just going to ask random people because everybody's watching Marvel. Nobody is not watching Marvel films. Majority of people are watching. Majority of people are tuned in. You know what I mean, and even if they're not going, again, I know, like you just said, the point you just made about people in our friend group that come to us that aren't they are coming to me about Dr. Doom. They are coming to me about RDJ. They just are. So if I'm going to go out there and talk to random people that are probably still tuned into what's going on, I'm gonna ask them, what are you excited for Avengers Doomsday? Have you been? I just want to see where the general, and yeah, this ain't the world. This is just going to be downtown Oklahoma City. But I want to know. Let's just get a poll going and see where are people's heads.
I mean, I think it should. That'd be dope. That'd be dope to see.
Yeah, let's see where people's heads are on Avengers Doomsday.
As a person who likes this stuff, I woke up one day, I looked on my phone, and I saw that video with the chairs. I didn't know there was a 6-hour stream. I didn't know there was a whole bunch of talk, people getting bored. I just said, oh, cool. This is some of the cast, and there's going to be more cast. Great. You guys put way too much attention, all of you guys right now, talking about that. We're like 52 minutes into the stream. I was ready to move on a long time ago. Who cares? They just announced some of their cast. There will be more surprises later. It was fun. It was cool. We got to see so many people. Good little surprise. Patrick Stewart's going to be in there. We don't know the length. I
would disagree with you, and the reason I disagree with you is because
with how I felt about it.
No. I'm disagreeing. No. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm disagreeing with you telling me how much effort and time I'm putting into a conversation. That's what I'm disagreeing with. That's what I'm disagreeing with. I'm not disagreeing with your feelings. I'm disagreeing with you telling me how to feel about a conversation.
Disagree with time. You
told me I spent too much time talking about. So how the hell are you going to tell me I spent too much time talking about something?
Because
so anyway,
like
now
minutes.
The reason I disagree with what you're saying is because that is a big ass topic. We are all sitting waiting for Avengers Doomsday, regardless of your feelings. Avengers Doomsday is one of the biggest topics right now. So Snow White, yes, it failed. We know when we have other topics to talk about, but this is a big story. And if you look at our chat, it's been going since we've talked about it.
Ricardo said that I waste stream time a lot. Well, fine. What do you want from me? Oh my God, he's coming after me. Darius,
but we can move.
Back. No, I want to talk about Black Panther for a second. Try not to interrupt me, guys. T'Challa, the core audience, all of us fighting for it and everything, doesn't matter. We're a small minority. And if Marvel and Kevin Feige can just get some louder voices to be okay with not T'Challa appearing, with substitute T'Challas, where there's Toussaint, a variant Toussaint, whatever the creative idea they have, they're like, yeah, we nip that one in the bud. Who cares about this? How many people are going to watch the stream right now? 300, 400? You know, like how many people usually watch Pantheons? We're this. That's just a reminder. We're this.
What? Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I don't what.
I feel great about myself now. Thank you. Yeah, look, I think the trek to demand something from a corporation is always arduous. Like you always have to look at it as an uphill battle. Mm-hmm. There's never a point in time where you feel like you're on top completely, because it's not there until they say that it is. It's not your decision to make, unfortunately. So that degree of difficulty has never changed. It was the same when the petition that was made had one signature as it is today. That never really changed. If you wanted T'Challa to be recast, you keep saying recast T'Challa.
Okay, but if you
Next
can
level of that. You asked me not to interrupt you. You asked me not to interrupt you.
I think if we watch the show back like every week, we can notice the pattern that Marcus usually interrupts me. Now you're correct. I am cutting into you, but it's because you brought up the petition.
I'm gonna finish my statement and then I'm gonna toss it back over to you so you can get yours in.
Thanks.
The next level of that is what you do with your money. It really doesn't amount to anything if you just gonna show up with your bowl and say, please, sir, give us some more. Right? If it never hits you to the point where you turn your back on them, then they will never listen to you. And that's not a thing about size. Right? Every dollar matters to them. So if you're not going to hold it back, then you're just kind of crying for nothing. It's crying for nothing. There you go, Chill. All on you.
No, yeah, you kind of got to what I was wanting to get to when it came to what you do with your dollars and stuff.
What we got next? What's up?
Let's read some of these comments because
y'all a wild bunch, boy.
Yeah, let's take a chill pill.
Y'all a wild bunch. Salute though. Y'all funny, man.
Yeah. Another pantheon.
Jay Namikaze says, just joining in. I wanted to say that Marvel lost my interest with Doomsday, but they now have my attention again with the cast they announced. Still worried, but now excited again. I love this channel and value y'all opinion. So are you saying the minority should loudly not support the film in theaters if they don't recast T'Challa Chill? No. It's called Black Panther. Black Panther, sure, if you want the message about T'Challa to get to send through, or Eyes of Wakanda for those projects, sure. If Avengers doesn't make money, they don't go, we should have recast T'Challa. Like that isn't the mind. That isn't the thought process.
Hold on. Let me tackle this one, Marcus, because chill be on some other stuff. If you are using your money to leverage something, whatever thought process, and because Marvel really don't care about the character, they care about the money that comes in. Marvel is a brand. You know what I'm saying? If with the whole Target thing, you know what I'm saying, the Target boycott. If you don't go into Target don't get money. So now they got to change the way that they present their product to you. Hey, I need to cater to these people because I lost this group of money. So if you say, hey, I'm not going to watch Avengers because y'all didn't do T'Challa right, that's money that they losing, that they now have to say, well, shit, maybe we need to bring T'Challa back so I can get my next film off the ground.
I don't think that is the thought process.
Always money is always chill. I don't know if you misunderstand.
When I say that, that is thinking T'Challa was the reason for this. They're gonna say Russo's didn't direct properly, cast wasn't right. Of all the list of things that went wrong, T'Challa isn't the one there.
No,
but when Eyes of Wakanda flops, T'Challa's fresh in their minds. When Black Panther 2 flops or 3 flops, they go, well, there's no main character of Black Panther in it. The message is more clear. When Target loses their money the month after, or the quarter earnings after they did the thing, the big announcement, which not only Target did, I think Amazon did it too, and so did Walmart. But when that goes down and there's a slope on their charts, we can point directly at, well, it came right after that. The message isn't clear when it's Avengers, a Doomsday, Avengers.
No, you make the message clear. That's what I'm saying. If you're making your message say, hey, we're not showing up because of this, and then, like you said, that slope happens, then now they have to reassess. Hey, maybe because this group of people didn't show up because we said, you know what I'm saying, ABC. I get what you're saying. You're saying in whole, if Avengers flops, they're not gonna look at it like it's T'Challa. But if you make it known, hey, we didn't show up because of T'Challa, or we're boycotting the whole thing because of this. I didn't like the way you did Monica Rambeau, or I didn't like the way you did Captain America with, you know what I'm saying? If it's known and you let it be known that whether you're a big majority or loud minority, they can pinpoint and use that as data. That's all it is. Money is money. At the end of the day, they see green.
Yeah. You're overestimating our numbers.
Whose numbers?
Recast T'Challa's numbers, and I'll add, all you got to do is find E-Man, get him, and Bob's your uncle. Like, if you can get that guy who I've seen on a video come here and say, if they give T'Challa a son, they recast. I feel like that's a win for recast T'Challa. I've seen him say there's some legwork to do with the son. I've seen him talk about that character in a way that like they got him. Then like you're good.
Are you saying? I mean, we might not be there yet as far as sheer numbers. I get what you're saying. We might not be there yet as far as to hurt the bottom line or something. I totally get that. I'm not discrediting that. I'm just saying, as you keep building towards whatever your boycott is and numbers keep coming, if you keep adding on people, sooner or later you will cross that threshold to where you are hurting said entity that you're trying to hurt.
Also, we're not alone. We're not the only audience that's disaffected by Marvel, and in that way, there is a unison in the call, right? You may not be able to pinpoint, oh man, this small segment of the crowd didn't show up because of Black Panther, but if you are part of a larger trend of Marvel fans who have turned their back on Marvel. See, there are other groups of people who are not as loud as we are, who don't speak about this as much as we do, but aren't supporting Marvel monetarily for their own political machinations, for whatever personal moral stuff that they got going on. They just not on the internet talking about it every day like we are.
Right.
And see, they may be amenable to an argument where, hey, Marvel doesn't really see the importance in presenting a Black family on screen. They don't think Black fathers exist. They don't think that they're necessary, right? And the epitome of that is that they had the oldest Black superhero known to man in their possession, and they're refusing to repurpose him on any other platform. That is a message that touches other people with other reasons to be disaffected with Marvel. That is when they begin to tie those dollars together and say, okay, we are not serving the audience the way that we should have. That's where wholesale changes come from. You're right. If it's recast T'Challa and recast T'Challa only, you are relegated to the loudest voice in recast T'Challa to perpetuate your message, because that's all you got. So yeah, you got to zero in on an individual. The idea that we're alone in our calls for Marvel to change, though, that's a misnomer. That's a misnomer. There is a large percentage. Well, you didn't say directly that we were alone, but you referenced the amount of people that we have to influence Marvel in their decisions.
It's not enough.
Recast T'Challa is not alone in that, though. There is a large percentage of the Marvel audience right now that is turning their back on Marvel. You've seen that on the silver screen. You've seen it on television. You've seen it on just about anything that Marvel puts out.
Returns.
It is a diminishing brand right now. They are not in a position really to tell people no about anything. And the fact that they're in such a hardline stance is what gives me confidence about my prediction about their future endeavors. Because I don't believe a brand looks at their consumer, flicks them off, and then takes their money with the other hand. That I ain't seen nobody sell like that. Ask Tesla, So it becomes very a hard sell when you're saying, okay, this is going to be better than what you've been seeing because of the guys involved. Okay, cool. I'll give you the guys involved. But then also you're adding on top of that, we're not going to give you anything that y'all been asking for. Y'all want Chris Evans back as Captain America? We're giving you Cap. Y'all want a male Black Panther? Oh, well, Shuri's on the team, so we know a male Black Panther is not going to be on the Avengers. Maybe there's a variant playing a role somewhere off doing something else in Battle World, but he's not the Avengers Black Panther. He can't be because Shuri's there. And M'Baku.
A male Black Panther? I don't care about that. I care about the child.
No, I'm just talking about what they're selling. We know we don't want that. I'm talking about what they're selling to the audience. So like that's kind of where I think you can fracture them, where you can hurt them, is finding like individuals, like parties who have the same issues with them, just for different reasons.
Yeah.
You had me a little bit, and then because where you had me was, we can't be with Marvel. They can't be disappointing audiences that much anymore because some of the movies don't make what they wanted to make. So you have me there. But ideologically, T'Challa must die. That's the greatest black character that has ever happened in the history of film.
T'Challa must die.
That's their philosophy there.
Oh, well, yeah, sure. Okay. But then again, that's disaster for them. It's
but Ryan Coogler said in that interview, like, I can't see anyone else doing the role. And so long as he's attached to this, T'Challa is dead. There's nothing ideologically that can like break through that. Oh, let's just give it a chance. Let's make it a male. They were talking about male representation, right? We'll do we'll try a third movie, and that's what they'll do. And they'll have to fail at that. And then, maybe they can rehab, maybe, but I don't know. I think they should just rehab now. Well, they got Secret Wars, an opportunity to refresh things. Now. And with using Secret Wars, you can get T'Challa proper back with no variants, no, asterisk, no Toussaint. They'll call him T'Challa. You can just get pure T'Challa back. We're not there. And I'm rehashing. I don't want to do this again and again.
Yeah, this is the reason why people lose jobs, y'all. If they're going to make the wrong decision, the decision that we can all say, like, there's a lot of in between in what we want and what we think the worst option is. They're going so far to the spectrum that we can definitively say that is the worst option. If they're going to do that, we can only tell them to avoid the edge of the bed with their toes so many times. If they want to stub their toe, let them stub it. Let them do it. That's why people get fired.
We are seeing. You guys ever watch like politics? How like they'll go to a black church, they'll get that guy's blessing, or they'll go to what's his name, Brad?
I don't even think they're doing that though.
They don't do that no more. They just bring out Meg. They bring out Meg and Beyonce.
Yeah, they're not even doing that.
Is it John
they're not
Lewis?
Even pandering to.
They'll go to John Lewis. They'll get the. Sorry, I'm in the middle of something, guys. John Lewis. They'll get him. They'll be like, hey, listen, you can get that promote that endorsement. All right, boom. We nailed this state. We're good. We got it covered. They go to E-Man. E-Man gives the thumbs up. Recast T'Challa is taken care of. Okay. They'll do the Toussaint thing.
Stupid. That's dumb.
That's literally what is going to happen.
Stupid. So
I don't think E-Man has that much sway the way you're giving it to him. I really don't.
You don't think?
I don't know. I not saying. Right. I mean, he has a following, but I don't think he's not.
How do I take care of recast T'Challa if I'm Marvel? How do I take care of
this?
Let me get this one guy.
If I step outside and I go ask the average black guy, do you know E-Man?
How do I take care of recast T'Challa?
You don't. They don't care about it.
Yeah, you just thought that we're not big enough for them to address us directly, so they're not even going to send an agent.
I wasn't including E-Man in us.
I'm saying they're not going to send an agent, which in this scenario that would be E-Man to tell us that the child is okay. I don't think that.
I don't think they care enough to do that.
Yeah, and they're not going to do it. Yeah,
I don't think they care enough to waste time to get E-Man to parade around. Oh, Toussaint is cool. I don't think. Why?
Because it's already a version.
I'm Marvel. I've already got the ball is rolling. I'm Marvel.
You ask why? It's because I've already seen Toussaint accepting from E-Man. I've seen him say, like, if they give him a son, like he did a video called "A Compromise" or something recast T'Challa compromise. If they give him a son, that's a big win for recast T'Challa. If he did a video after the movie came out and I saw him say that, like, let's see, they give him a kid, we got to see what they do with that. You know what I mean? They can age him up in the quantum realm or something. He was like throwing suggestions like that, basically saying like, this is the thing. I've seen him. Anyways, not to bash on E-Man too hardly for it, but I see that with that relationship, it can be like, we got to take care of recast T'Challa. Or what do we do? They're not gonna put freaking effort and thought into it. They'll just go like, oh yeah, that's the petition guy, right? Nate Moore knows him from the interview. I saw him do it. Nate Moore, we know who you are. All right, let's take care of him. Bob's your uncle. Like, all you gotta do is look at
uncle, and I don't think they care too. I don't think they care about E-Man. I don't think they care about the recast. I don't think they care.
When it comes to promoting Black Panther 3, they will care enough.
They haven't given Black people in Marvel a nuclear family since they started the studio. Okay,
I just don't think.
What makes you think they care about our opinion so much that they would invest in an agent to sway our opinions? They don't give us anything.
That's literally the name of the game. But there are media outlets and people that got good relationships
but it don't matter. And the end result is Y'all don't matter. That's why they would never send an agent. We don't matter. They got rid of Black Panther. What's going on is going on, and we don't matter enough for them to say, "Oh, we need to send an agent in." Like this isn't.
It's not exactly we need to send an agent in.
Well, that's what it is.
I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm not saying that we need to put an agent into it or something like that. Like they
don't need to. The thing is, still, they don't need to squash the recast T'Challa movement. They don't need to, because it's not doing anything against what they want to do anyway. You get what I'm saying?
If the recast T'Challa movement is a movement that rejects Toussaint as T'Challa, then actually you're wrong.
Yeah, they've already made their decision on that. It's not like
Yeah,
still
can I
not like
can
they're
I
trying
say
to win
something after Marcus?
time. They're not. Yeah, go ahead, Darius.
This may be maybe not be a hot take from me because I say it all the time, but and I get what you're saying about E-Man and the relationship that he got to talk with Nate. He showed the Russos this and said, hey, and they said, thanks for giving us that and all that kind of stuff. All that, even all the things he's been to, all the red carpets, all the things that he's done, that is great, and I think he's going to continue to do all of that with Marvel and continue to have that relationship with Marvel. But
he had that relationship before the movie.
Can I actually? I look at it like this for my Star Wars fans. It's kind of like when Darth Maul started creating the criminal underworld, and they told and Dooku went to the Emperor about it, and the Emperor was like, "Let him play. What does that affect me? That's not affecting my plan. That's not affecting Order 66. What I've got going on. If he wants to play with the Rebel, let him play." That's how Marvel Studios is looking at recast T'Challa and E-Man. They want to sit down there and play and let them play. We know we're not recasting him, but if they want to have that, let them do that. They're not even though he's talking about the kid, they're not tuned into. This is not a diss on E-Man. They're not tuned into E-Man streams looking at
who says what in the comments.
Who says what about recast T'Challa, because they're not thinking about recast T'Challa.
They're not.
Will they think about it when Black Panther 3 comes out, Darius?
Maybe. I think if it bombs, maybe. If it bombs, then I think that's when the discussion comes up for them.
But not before the movie.
That's when the money comes.
Before the movie? Hell no.
So when Nate Moore is getting asked that question in Brave New World, he's promoting that movie. Nate Moore is being asked recast questions, or he's clarifying, all these Jeff Snyder rumors, that's not true. Like, they're not thinking about recasting. Or he changed his answer to, you never say never. Like, recast is a topic that they think about when it comes to Black Panther. And the thought is, we're not going to do it. But they do. It is considered.
Well, just Nate Moore saying that, I think, is just him answering the rumors. I mean, just because somebody, he's the rumors are out there. I'm sure. Okay, let's put it this way. Once the rumors got out there, maybe Marvel said, "Okay, did you see this? Yeah, that's funny." No, they're not. I mean, that doesn't mean that they're having conversations about recast T'Challa. So if this man gets asked in an interview, "Hey, did you see these rumors?" Yeah, we saw them. There's no truth to them. Next question. But never say never.
Yeah, he had to never say never. See.
Yeah, but never say never.
Yeah, that's not. I'm not putting stock in never say never. That's like, hey, never say never. Move on to the next.
It's just like when we made it's
definitively no. So when it changes, from
but it's just like when we made a big deal about when Kevin Feige came out and said, "Oh, it was just too soon." I remember I jumped immediately on a stream. I think a lot of us did. I jumped immediately on a stream. Was like, "Oh, remember? Okay, now it was just too soon. So there's still hope." That was in late 2022 or not late 2022. When that was maybe 2023, late 2022 when he said that, or whenever it was. Kevin Feige ain't said, well, I don't want to say he ain't said shit about T'Challa or Black Panther since then. He's been asked some things, not about recast, but he ain't said shit about recast since then.
Yeah. I don't think they care enough about it to keep up with their lies. So one interview might be no, next interview might be never say never. Another year might be it's a hard no, and then it might be, hey, it was just too soon. Like, I don't think they care enough to keep up with the lies. So however they feeling that day to answer it, they answer it.
But as Marcus was telling us, eventually they'll make so little money, and they're at that point right now where they can't afford to be aggravating.
Just tell everyone no. They can't sit up here and tell everyone no to everything, and that's where I was getting to with the money thing, right? Mm-hmm. If they continue to have flop after flop, which I don't have a lot of confidence for Thunderbolts, no matter how good it is, because it's that thing of Thunderbolts is a movie that needs a brand to carry it. for people to believe in the fact that it's a good movie to get out and go see it. Right? It's not going to perform like a movie that's leading into an Avengers level film, and that's what they
and that's
need.
the bad thing. Yeah.
Same thing with Fantastic Four. Now, the twist with that is if they do kind of lean into the Doom marketing, maybe it does something. Maybe it does win out that month versus Superman and Jurassic Park. I think that's a hard trek, man. That's hard.
That's a fight. That's a big fight.
Right?
Jurassic Park
movies make money. Even the bad ones make money.
Even the bad ones, yeah.
Okay, they doing.
That's because kids love dinosaurs.
They doing Captain America: Brave New World, but they making billies off of it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the level that they putting out, but they raking in billies. So that's a hard month to be in. And again, it's one of those films that has to produce, that has to give confidence back to the audience. Marvel's back. Make sure y'all go see Doomsday. Marvel's back. Make sure you go see Secret Wars. If they don't have these lead up projects, the TV is still where it's at. and that's not even really feeding into the greater MCU narrative right now at all. So
Spider-Man wasn't canon.
It's like, what momentum? You're telling me they're going to go from 0 to 100, from 0 to a Billy in one film? Damn, them Russos should have been running the studio, not Kevin Feige.
I'll say this: when you have time, or you can do it now on stream or whatever, go to Marvel Studios Instagram and go under and look in the comments of RDJ doing this.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Go look in those comments when you have time.
No, man. I know it's normies posture online.
They do.
It's not proven until you buy something behind it, man.
They don't spend money.
We gotta be able to measure.
That is true too.
How much of this audience we actually think is going to support it in real life.
But
online sentiment is great.
That's true.
Is great. It's free marketing, but you got to transfer that into real dollars.
You're right. Now they're talking the way they're talking over a video of this man sitting down doing this. Imagine when they put out the first trailer for Doomsday.
No, it's gonna go. I think the hype, it's gonna go. Like I think that first day it's probably gonna make it's gonna make a significant amount of money. I think it's gonna go, but how long will it go? I don't think it will have the legs. That's what I'm getting at. These movies have to have legs. I don't think it's gonna have the leg. I'm just looking at Daredevil. Marvel's brand is like just
Daredevil's doing terrible.
Yeah, it's like Marvel's brand is just bad. No, I don't think they can put. Like, I wouldn't even want X-Men to come out right now because I don't think X-Men will do what it probably should do because I think Marvel's brand is just bad. That sign you got behind you right now, Darius, that Marvel sign, shit is bad. It is bad. You know what I'm saying? And they got to figure out a way to get the brand back to what it once was. You know what I'm saying? And I was just telling Tina this, salute to Tina. They haven't given us the time to process new characters, which is they just throwing all this shit at the wall. We haven't processed new characters, and we haven't missed Marvel enough to even really care because they just keep hitting us and losing. It's like they keep throwing shit at us, and we just keep throwing that shit. Like, stop. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't process what Marvel is doing. Not good stories, not good characters. They go back to the well with RDJ. They go get old ass Ian McKellen and Sir Patrick Stewart, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
it feels so desperate. It feels desperate.
It's just bad. They need to take some time to stop. I keep saying this. Kevin Feige, stop. Just stop. Because you shit the bed with Secret Invasion could have took you all the way here. Secret Invasion could have took you here. You could have milked the scrolls for 5 to 6 movies. You could have milked the scrolls.
Listen to what we did, man. We went from the Infinity, we went from Civil War to the Infinity Saga to Secret Invasion. Now we going into Battle World and Secret Wars. How was that not cohesive, dog? How did you not put all of that together and make it run congruently?
They couldn't.
How did we fumble that so bad?
Bad management. The management team is bad. Feige's bad. Nate Moore is bad. Victoria Alonso bad. what Wonder Bomb is supposed to come in and save the day, bad. Like it's everything is bad up there.
I was thinking about that the other day too, but Ant-Man, I'll answer this really quick, and I want to piggyback off Blue. No, you're right. The people online are, it depends, I guess, where you are. I know everyone did. Well, I won't say everyone. Maybe you did. Maybe others in this chat did too. But a lot of what I saw, people did not enjoy that last episode. A lot of people were saying they're glad that this was a 2-week episode. You got 2 episodes this week, because if we would have had to wait in between the weeks for that next episode, they would have been pissed. I saw a lot of that. I'm not saying that the people aren't enjoying Daredevil, because I'm still enjoying Born Again. I think it's fine for what it is. But at the same time, the viewership on Born Again, that's what I'm talking about. The viewership on Born Again is not what Marvel wants the viewership to be. No one really is tuning in to Daredevil Born Again. And again, this, I always compare it to this, and I'm going to always compare it to this, because this was, again, when Marvel was at its highest. The conversation is not what it was when we, after every episode of WandaVision, how we were all hopping online and theorizing and tuning into what, at the time, what new rock stars was, Mephisto and all that. It's not that. It's not that. So yeah, there are people talking about Born Again, but there aren't people talking about Born Again. So it's like, it's a difference. But to piggyback off of what Blue said, what was the last thing you just said there, Blue? I had something that I wanted to say on that.
Shit, I forgot.
I forgot what it was.
Marvel sign behind you is embarrassing.
That wasn't that part. I forgot what he said though. It's fine though. But
He said, why don't you ever take
so
off your hat, Darius? What's wrong?
there's nothing wrong. I just wear hats all the time, all of the time.
You got a
Now
Bam
I'm
Bam
curious.
Bigelow.
I want to know what's up underneath there.
A fade at one point.
Because he said, "Oh, nothing's wrong." Now I want to see.
You know,
Yeah, answering his question as it. Yeah, okay. So if you want to play again, now I have nothing to hide because I think I've come on stream maybe one time without my hat. But if you want to play that game, what's your name? What's your height? Tell us more about you, Chill. Yeah.
hey, touche. And yeah, you played a video of you coaching basketball, and I don't think you were wearing a hat in there.
No, I wasn't.
I remember that.
I typically
Yeah.
don't wear the hats when I coach, but other times I do wear the hat. But I do appreciate everybody taking such an interest in my fashion sense.
Hey, we got to get off the Marvel topic. It's making us violent tonight. We gotta get on to Snow White. Let's talk about Snow White. Let's get soft. Sure, gonna be Black Panther moving forward.
Snow White. Snow White is doing awful, but that's to be expected. When you make the mistakes and things that they have made leading up to this film, I mean, that's really not a surprise. I'll tell you the funniest thing that I saw about out of every review, the funniest one was Grace for me when she said what she said about.
Oh, my bad, Darius. I remember.
What was it?
I was talking bad management. I was talking about the management being bad. Bad management.
Damn.
Kevin Feige, Brad Wonderbaum. I think you was probably going to talk about
Boom.
Brad Wonderbaum coming in. Yeah.
I know not Brad. Not Brad. I thought you were talking about Wonder Bomb, as in Wonder Man bombing, and I was going to agree to that.
That's gonna bomb too. I forgot. I like that Wonder Bomb.
Wonder Man's gonna be a Wonder Bomb.
I thought that's what you were saying because what's her name? Ironheart comes out in June, and Jesus, is that gonna bomb?
No.
Oh my God, is that going to bomb?
They set up black characters to fail. This is why I don't like Marvel. They set us up to fail every fucking time. They set us up to fail. They don't protect the actor. They don't protect the character. They don't do nothing to make sure that a black character gets the right push. They just don't do it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They don't do it.
No, they don't.
So Snow White.
Yes.
Before you move on to Snow White, I brought up E-Man a couple times, and you know how internet could be sometimes. I haven't heard this guy reject Toussaint or say that the Recast T'Challa campaign is against Toussaint. I've heard this guy use the Recast T'Challa in the past tense as if it's been done before. I'm only pointing at evidence that has brought me to this whole his position on Toussaint and stuff like that, right? He can easily, clearly, with no reservations, factually discredit anything I'm saying and just say like Toussaint's not T'Challa. Toussaint is not what we're going for. We would never accept him. Or I changed my mind. Maybe I was accepting of him. I'm not anymore. Like That's so if you guys are gonna tag him, because you know how the internet could be, right? And everyone's square, everyone's on the same page. Marcus, you look like you're gonna say something.
I just want to be fair. He has never definitively rejected it. You're at 100% correct. He has leaned towards not taking it, if that's anything at all. He has said that going that route of even aging up the kid probably wouldn't be successful. It's probably not the best route to go. So
But
just
I watched videos where he was throwing out that idea, suggesting it, playing with it, and I'm like, the problem isn't the kid's age, bro.
I'm sure. I just wanted to at least get the verbiage right if he was gonna talk about him directly on the platform.
We got some direct super chats.
I'ma get money no matter the cost. Having some water, I'm having some posts. Got that dope dick, that show lows. He's a worker and I am a boss.
William Moloch sticker. He put a sticker on it. It's stuck to you, blue, and it's blue. It's stuck on it. Do something. How are we gonna be happy for this guy?
Hey, salute to William Moloch, man. Hey, appreciate the $2 sticker, man. Appreciate it.
Another super chat. Hey Darius, do you recognize where that's from? He's muted, but he said I do.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I hate that song very much. I do recognize that song, and I hate it very much. They played that song out my freshman year. It was played every fucking morning in the locker room after practice, after basketball, and I hate it. I hate that song.
Weed and bones.
And then plus, back when VH1 actually did music videos in the morning, they were playing that every fucking morning.
Right before they were the Thriller. Back and forth with my head.
Yep, and they always would play when you see my who sings that? Hope it gives you hell. Who's that? The Rejects, All American Rejects. Who is that? Yeah, that one. Jeez.
They really used to play music videos for hours in the morning, like
for hours.
I missed that, man.
Getting dressed for school, bro. Them was the days. Them was the days, and they play it late into the night.
Missed that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Do people make music videos?
They still making music videos. I wonder what a music video costs nowadays. We could probably get one of them.
It's cheap now, man. Well, unless it's
gotta be.
Nah, it's cheap. I think it's
gotta be.
I remember Big Pimpin'. When Big Pimpin' video came out, it was like the first $1 million video or some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but they rented out an island for that. They rented out.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it still was part of the budget. It was still the budget.
That was what's the name's island?
that was Epstein.
That was Weirdo Island. Yeah, they ran up the tax with them.
Talking about TV ratings, I think this is for you, Darius. That viewership for Andor season 2 will be higher than Daredevil.
That is a challenge, Michael Nemo. I will put $1 on that one. I don't.
You know what? I'm gonna agree.
That's crazy if Andor outviewers Daredevil now. Come on now.
The only reason and this is just, and I'm not saying that this is the reason like it's going to happen because of my feelings toward that second trailer. It felt like Star Wars, very much so. Huh?
There was a lightsaber in it?
No lightsaber, but you can feel the weight of the Empire. You can. Vader might show up, and the reason I say that is because one of the scenes in the trailer, what's her name's getting choked, and she's like, now it could be a cop out thing, it could be like a whatever. Now Vader's not enough for me to say, oh, the show is great, but it looks like it feels more like Rogue One. I'll say that trailer did.
But we seen Rogue One. How much
You're
time
right.
is there in between when the show started and when Cassian and old girl get blown up on that planet? How much time is there? How far back did they go when they started?
Where they are right now is like from what I'm judging from some of the shots in the trailer is like we're like the Senate is slowly being dissolved, and so we see at the beginning of episode 4 they're talking about that, and then Tarkin comes in and says, well, the Senate's no longer a problem, the Empress dissolved it, and all that. I think that's happening. We're seeing like really the beginning formations of the rebellion or whatever. Now, how much time is in between this season and Rogue One? I really don't know. I guess I'd have to watch Rogue One season. Or, I'm sorry, Andor season 1. But I don't know. But that trailer was interesting. Go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
Wish I kept track of these ratings to know what Andor made, and then to know if Daredevil is beating that yet or not beating that. I think they'll sustain. Andor will keep the same viewership, because Andor and Lucasfilm have been marketing to the same audience. And to be more specific and just be blatant, non-white males. That's like they've been trying to be diverse with it, and so that marketing strategy, I mean, that's not going away. I think that Daredevil is doing so poorly because a lot of those white males, those red-blooded Americans, aren't subscribed to Disney Plus anymore. But the Andor audience still are.
That's a good
It is actually, because you've got a lot of people that are not happy with
and not messing with it.
I just think Disney Plus don't have the consistent viewership to get people to watch either or. I think Andor will probably edge out Daredevil because Andor got legs throughout. Even you know what I'm saying, even because people was like, nah, you got to go back and watch Andor. It's that good. And I believe it developed legs and it got new people to come back and watch it. So the viewership might go up because of that.
Yeah.
But I do agree it's still the same people who are on Disney Plus. You know what I'm saying? And Disney Plus numbers ain't that great anyway. Just anything that they put out. So unless it's Bluey. Bluey is killing.
Unless it's Bluey.
Yeah, they want to be Netflix really, really bad, but they will never be Netflix.
They can't. They're too far behind. They don't know how to present their content. Disney Plus really is fighting with. They're not fighting with anybody, honestly. It's the worst viewer experience in terms of the streaming.
It is.
Service.
This is a small complaint, but it's my complaint for Disney Plus. One thing that I love about HBO Max and I love about Netflix is they will ask you. I don't even think HBO asks you. It just continues to play, this whatever. If you're watching a series,
such a small thing.
It's such a small thing, right? But on Disney Plus, I think you get like maybe 4 episodes of something, and then it'll stop, and it won't even ask you, do you want to? You have to manually go press play next episode on English. I hate it.
Like what Blue was talking about, Bluey. Dog, to let 30 of them episodes run so I can go do something, so I can take care of some business and I want them to keep going. Another thing, I understand that if I have the ads level service from Disney Plus, that obviously I'm going to get ads, however many ads they want to put in there. Even if they put an extra 20 minutes on a 40-minute show to make it an hour, and I'm stopping every 5 minutes to watch it, hey, I got the ad service, right? So I'll take it.
Right.
If I watch the damn ad and I need to rewind, why the hell are you making me watch the ad again?
Yeah.
Like you recorded it into the damn feed, so there's no way to interactively get around the ads. I can't retroactively go back, rewatch the episode, and avoid the ads that way.
Right.
Yeah, that's gonna make me buy the product for sure. Just jam it down my. Whoa.
Can I address Kevin Davis? He said Moana 2 just brought in 27.3 million viewership.
Disney Animation doing good.
In 5 days. That's a different when I'm talking Disney Plus, they're coming over from having Moana as a fan base already. I just watched it on a movie. So a movie versus a TV show is totally different when the viewer, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm strictly coming to watch Moana 2. But after I watch Moana 2, I don't watch anything else.
Hold on. Hold on. Do this, Blue. Name another one. So yeah, Moana 2 was a great hit. Name another one.
Right. Well, they Kevin also said that Agatha, all of which I hate to tell you, it was not the success that they tried to make it out to be. It was not.
Agatha was in the middle of them losing 700,000 subscribers.
It was not the success.
I
followed Agatha. And I followed Penguin. They was all playing at the same time. Agatha never made it on the Nielsen scale whatsoever.
Because people were actively dumping Disney at that point. They were unsubscribing for the service while Agatha was in the middle of her run. It may have been a good show. I can't take that away from her.
It wasn't a bad show. And I think a lot of people mistake viewership for whether it was good. It's a lot of good movies that bomb, right? It's a lot of
Magazine Dreams.
It just bombs.
Here's an even better point. I forget what list it is. I think it might be just the overall streaming list. While we're sitting here arguing about Agatha and Moana and all that kind of stuff, none of that shit is even on the overall household streaming list. I think it's like SpongeBob, Bluey, things like that, like Grey's Anatomy. Those shows are the top 10 overall. So like it's like we sit here and argue about like, oh, like it had this many viewers on Agatha or this, bro. It's not even cracking top 10. Like, yeah, you go look at that shit.
The thing is though, is that the whole pitch for Disney Plus was the big brands, Lucasfilm, Marvel, Pixar. That is what was supposed to be driving Disney Plus,
right?
Not rehash shit from ABC Studios,
right?
Not something we bought from an animation studio in New Zealand or Australia, wherever we got that from. Yeah. Like that's not what's supposed to be driving the brand. The stuff we make supposed to be driving the brand, and it's not.
It's not.
So that's why I think people talk about that stuff a lot, because ABC Studios, in comparison to Marvel, and like they sit on the lunch table outside. They producers don't get to sit in the lunch room. They get bullied out of the cafeteria altogether. Now they still making good TV from time to time, but they don't compare to what Marvel dealing with.
It should have just been Hulu. If they was going, since they bought and control Hulu, they don't need 2 streaming services.
They absolutely do not. They absolutely do not.
And you don't have the market share for that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the market share for that. Netflix eats up 75% of the market share. What's that?
Did they even pay for Hulu all the way yet? I knew that they were in debt for the Hulu purchase. They had to pay some money by.
I think it's still in. I think it's still whatever's going on. Because I think who had it? Was it?
It was NBC. It was Comcast.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Comcast had the rest of it. I think they came up with some type of deal. I think some type of
agreement, arrangement.
To make that, because Comcast wanted out of it. They was done, and you see what's going on with them anyway. So
yeah,
you know, they wanted out of that whole situation.
I saw somebody put on Twitter they about to put Wolf of Wall Street on there. Somebody said some little kid is about to have a world rocked.
Put Wolf of Wall Street on Disney.
Wall Street, yeah.
But I'm not fucking leaving.
Not leaving. It's crazy that Netflix, you know, even normally the first to do it isn't the one that lasts. You know what I'm saying? Normally the first to bring something to the forefront normally gets left behind by the second or the third generation of it, because they figure out what it is. And to see Netflix still doing what they're doing and winning,
dominant,
is crazy.
Absolutely dominant. From a business perspective, Netflix is to be admired. Because again, y'all, let's think about where we started from. They wanted out. They made a hell of a concept. They wanted to sell to a tech giant and get out. Not even a tech giant. A media giant. They wanted to sell to a media giant and get out and cash out and go live on the beach for the rest of their lives. And now they got a stranglehold on everything media, on the whole game. That is so admirable.
Blockbuster
really
went bankrupt and Netflix is still here. Netflix wanted to sell to Blockbuster. Hey, here y'all go. Take it. We want out. Blockbuster said, "Nah, we good." 2 years later, Blockbuster was
internet crash. They survived most of the economic crashes that have happened since then, and have only gotten stronger since. Now they don't pay no damn taxes. They are leeches on the society, but in terms of creating content, they are geniuses.
Yep.
Thanks for that super chat, Michael Nemo. We got another.
Wanna see me do my dance in these $1,000 pants? Don't disrespect me and my mans. Spend a whole lot of chops on you.
It's not into a 40-minute, streaming conversation. He just said, "Take my money." Will do. Snatched. Another super chat. Brian Fisher, $2. The Russos don't know how to fall in Marvel. Oh, does that say fail or fall?
Fail.
How to fail.
Sorry.
Sure. Okay. When you boast about things like that, when you build them up like that to be unbeatable and undeniable and the best ever, that's you're just prepping them for a fall.
I will concur to that one, and the only reason I say that is because we watched it in real time with Taika Waititi. For those of us that love Ragnarok, I being one of them, I was like, oh my god, yeah, you can't have anybody else come back and do it. He has to do it. Jesus.
Oh, he fooled us. He got us good in Ragnarok, boy. He got us
because that
good.
wasn't his movie. He came in to direct, but it was already basically written and ready to go. He was.
No, I thought he wrote that. I didn't know that.
Nah, I think he was the
you
second
like
or
that, do
third
you?
pick.
Oh, wait till you see Love and Thunder.
Yeah, I think he was like the second or third pick to come in and direct that. I mean, he he came in and put his own flair on it, but that was already ready to go. That's why you get Love and Thunder. You're like, what is this shit? That
Man,
come on, man. The goats. I was like, that's what we doing. So this whole movie is just crying or laughing, whatever the fuck this shit is with these goats. Like that's what we getting.
bullshit. Yeah, some bullshit.
Come on, man.
Bullshit. We absolutely stiff armed Snow White into the ground. Went back to Marvel.
We definitely did. I just don't know that is there. I mean, outside of what we know with Snow White, we knew that film was going to fail. I mean, outside the shit Rachel said, I mean, the discrimination against little people, Gal's comments.
Yeah, we definitely gotta beat up Peter Dinklage, or the little people gotta beat him up.
It's his fault.
Yeah,
Wait, we gotta sit down this Snow White conversation still. Hold on.
We talking Snow White.
I didn't get a chance to show the Taika Waititi three-way kiss, which is a reminder of why I don't think he's gonna do anything with Disney. That's not a Star Wars thing isn't gonna happen. Nothing Marvel's gonna happen either. When he was caught, and this was like
Rita Ora and Tessa Thompson, they in a relationship together? Like all three of them?
Isn't he married to Rita?
He's married to Tessa Thompson, I thought.
This photo is 4 years old.
Okay. Anyway,
The
yeah,
super chats are still coming in. Hold on, just still on the Snow White.
All the money in the world couldn't even amount to a teaspoon of honey when it melt in your mouth. It's the Locks and Mariah's. You checking us out?
It's from Michael. He says, Blue's hidden, but he says in the 80s, Disney's tried making mature films and they did poorly until they created an imprint, Touchstone Films. Pause. What was Remember the Titans?
it may have been Touchstone. I don't know.
Might have been.
I
But
wanna
I
say
mean, that
it
could go as a
is.
regular Disney movie, though. That could go regular Disney if it was.
And also one of my favorite Christmas
I
movies.
consider it.
One, the I'll Be Home for Christmas. That I think that was.
Oh,
part
that
of
is
their-
one of my favorite. Are you talking about with what is his name
What's his
from
name? Yeah, what's his name?
from Home Improvement?
Growing Pains or Growing Pains and Home Improvement. Home Improvement.
Yes, yeah. That is one of my favorite Christmas movies too. I'll Be Home for Christmas is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Touchstone Films. I think certain MCU and Star Wars films should be made outside of the Disney umbrella. They're supposed to be, though. They are. Like, they're considered Lucasfilm, considered Marvel. They got different studios, different heads. So, like, on paper, yes, they are separate. But, like, they still follow that Disney philosophy.
Yeah.
They don't operate that way. Is that a fault of Bob Iger, Bob Chapek? Who do we blame on that?
Whoever Disney, whatever is trying
Walt
to
Disney?
make Disney keep Disney as the family brand, because you can still keep like they said, doing Touchstone. Because I think it's an R-rated movie on Touchstone that's like on some real crazy type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Dead Presidents is on Netflix. It's a Touchstone.
That's Touchstone, right?
Netflix.
Yeah,
It's on Disney Plus.
Disney. So like, do that. Like, it's okay to go and push the boundaries with these movies. It's not Disney. It's Lucasfilm. It's Marvel. It's Touchstone. It's Century Films now. Like, you can push the boundary. It's okay. That was my major complaint with this last Captain America. Like, push the boundaries. Be racist. Like, do the racial shit. Go all the way in with the shit. Don't be scared. Don't tiptoe around the shit. It's Sam being fucking the living embodiment of the red, white, and blue. You think white folks ain't looking at him sideways?
Nobody has said a word about him being black, and it pisses me off. Not since the cop.
Right.
Not since the cops that tried to pull him over like that. Oh, that's the only racism, right? Just some random cop in a neighborhood. That's the only racism he's gonna face.
Baltimore, Maryland.
Now all of a sudden he getting high fives and free drinks and fucking bars. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like, push the.
That is true. It was a very big. You know what? Because I'm sorry, and I guess because I hate the show and I hate the movie, I didn't even I didn't care to think about that. But that's true. That's a big step from not getting a bank loan to hey, Cap, this one's on me. I'm like, what? I didn't even think about that.
Have his boat, where is his sister or his nephew still alive? They didn't give a shit about nothing.
I didn't even think about that shit either.
Trying to tell you.
Where's his sister, his nephews, the boat?
None of that shit.
Because
he was. This was not his movie. This was fucking Hulk's movie or Red Hulk's movie. He was the side character in his own movie.
This is my favorite scene though in Brave New Shit. This is my favorite. I'm sorry, Winter Soldier and Falcon. That's my favorite scene though. I do like that scene a lot. I thought that was a good scene they did. I thought it highlighted and put on real what this man as Captain America would deal with. The cop said, "Is he bothering you?" He's like, "Oh,
right." But that should be to me. That should be a running thing. That should be his issue. You know what I'm saying?
Duh, Black Man America. What are we doing? What story are you telling, Malcolm?
Right. Steve's issue was being a man out of time. You know what I'm saying? I don't belong here, but I'm gonna do the best that I can being in what he would call the future. What is Sam's issue? Sam, I can talk you down. I'm the, I'm saying, yes, sir, boss. I got you. I'll talk you down. You know what I'm saying? You want me to Mr. President who I don't like, who locked me up? I'll be right there. And all types of shit. Like, no, man, come on.
And then since we're talking about it, they had his girlfriend in it. Never touched on that relationship at all in the movie. Not like they never once. They never like not even like how you been. Can I come get my toothbrush? Like nothing. They didn't cover shit. It was just business. Fuck him, Red Hulk. Talk you down. That was it. It's crazy. That's funny. I didn't even think about none of that shit.
Can we at least talk about LeBron and Stephen A. Smith?
I was gonna say I do want to talk about that.
To get off on
jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle for sure. Make me want to dribble.
William Moloch, $5. It got people mad at Snow White for being a black woman instead of white. A black woman. Sorry, am I reading that wrong? What did he say?
I'm confused. They're mad at Snow White for being
you said it right.
Black woman instead of white. A black woman. I don't get it.
Rachel Ziegler, to my understanding, she's Latina, and I don't know like where the melanin in her lineage comes from.
They set that movie up to fail.
Well, they didn't set it. Well, yeah, they kind of did. But then from the standpoint that
Rachel Ziegler is a failure. Snow White is. Let me tell you why, and I don't mean to cut you off.
For that reason,
Snow White, Disney's first animated film to hit theaters and make money for it.
Snow White.
It's a white property. White. And when I say white, I mean white. Go get a crayon. White colored crayon. That's Snow White. And you went and got Rachel Ziegler, who does not look white, whether she identifies or whatever. She don't look white. And then you went and got Gal Gadot, who does not look white. And you put him in this movie. Come on.
Gal Gadot don't look white to you?
I don't think so.
Not white.
Not the white that Blue is talking about for the 1930s. Because these show wasn't having no nigga go through the floor. That wasn't happening. That wasn't happening.
The embodiment of white. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, she's a white woman. I'm talking the embodiment of white. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Sure.
To the point to where if you ask Gal Gadot, are you white? She'll say, no, I'm Israeli. You see what I'm saying?
Boy, and she, well, anyways, I ain't gonna get in that tonight on this.
But all they gotta do is do a DNA test and we'll figure it out.
Right?
All you gotta do is look on Wikipedia. Her people is from the Anglos Mountains. Anyways,
yeah.
I ain't mean to cut you off, Blue, but people be capping, boy.
No, I'm just saying, like, they
last name ain't even
to be so. Sometimes when you try to be so inclusive, you cut your nose off to spite your face. Like, give the white. I hate to say the white people what they want. I'm doing Snow White. It's Snow White.
And they didn't make it better when you've got Rachel on the red carpet talking about, well, we're not gonna do the typical story, you know, where she's gonna be for her, so she's gonna be the woman that her father wanted her to be to lead this. That's just not what people of I don't care one way or another, because I'm not about to sit here and be like I was first in line to see Snow White. I could give a fuck about it. I don't care about the cartoon either, but there are people that do, and you're rubbing people the wrong way when you say stupid shit like that they're fans of the property.
Absolutely. I don't think that was the biggest reason why this film failed, y'all. And Peter Dinklage, you know, shooing Disney away from hiring other little people, that played a role.
Little Dink is the man. Salute.
Yeah, I think the pairing of Gal Gadot and Rachel Ziegler as pure beauty Snow White and the queen who steals beauty from other people is a weird pairing.
It's bad.
But I think the thing that really drove this film, and probably we didn't see it most of the time because they didn't talk about it, but it probably drove how bad this film ended up being, is the fact that Gal Gadot is a soulless Zionist. Okay. And Rachel Zegler is very much so pro-Palestine. And they made these two individuals work together through a genocide. How was that movie ever going to be success? That had to be hell every day on set. To have the two lead actors be on opposing edges of a political
fight,
in the middle of filming a movie in a very emotionally charged political issue as well.
I think they filmed before October of 2023.
All of this is before October. Well, first of all, we know
it
this
don't matter. It's still don't, because that's been going on.
The awakening for Rachel Ziegler, the awakening for many people came after this current conflict.
I mean, we can't guarantee that. We don't know if October 7th was the tipping point for her to be pro.
That just might have been when she spoke up about it, but she might have already been, you know, towing that political line. You never know.
And I'm sure she did lean left. She had her sayings about, you know, the original was about a man, and she was dreaming about a man.
That's
weird,
terrible.
weird.
Yeah, that's terrible. You don't antagonize the incoming audience of your film, and it didn't help. But the chemistry of this film had to be pinpoint if it was ever going to work. If looking at Rachel Zegler, and I'm really doing a lot of work here, you convincing me that she's supposed to be fairer than Gal Gadot over there. You know, if it's one thing that girl can do, she may not be able to sing, act, or even stand in place in front of a camera, but she can look good, right? And that's what she got going for her. So it's just it's weird. But the chemistry had to be on point if it was ever going to work, and very obviously, that was never going to work. The casting was the problem that doomed this pairing together. Maybe Zegler comments don't hurt it so much if we actually have a queen that makes her look better. Maybe Gal Gadot's soullessness and lack of acting skill doesn't play through so much if there's a more attractive Snow White on screen for people to look at. But the casting of them two together was the problem.
The crossbow dude was a little person, so that's one. But there's supposed to be 7 dwarves, and I think only 6 of them fit the description.
And I don't even think that was. I think Snow White to me is a dead property. I think that's another big issue. Like, Snow White is a dead property. It was their first movie. When the last time you saw Snow White?
It's hard to say that though, because they didn't give it to you the way the audience was expecting it. They subverted expectations, and so now you have that in your mind of, okay, was it not successful because the IP is dead, or is it not successful because we did something, we went left when we should have went right? Like, we did something.
I think it's both. I'm of the age who would, you know what I'm saying, if I like Snow White, we'll go see Snow White. But then you're not giving me the Snow White that I would want to go see, right? Mm-hmm. So there's that. And then there is, do I even want to go see, do I care about Snow White? Or do these young kids care about Snow White? Do the people who you are changing it up for want to go and show up to watch Snow White? And
that's the whole
I always talk about
problem.
Chasing that audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you chase that audience and you change so much of whatever your IP was, your money maker, your cash cow, let's cut this leg off and put a metal leg, and then we're gonna get the same result. Like, nah, man. Once that hip go bad and you put that metal hip on, you're gonna be limping. Yeah, it's the legs still work, but it's a limp. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody ain't gonna show up now just because you change some shit for the new audience. The new audience, they stay home and watch Netflix. I think the people in these C-suites don't understand that.
They
shit.
don't get that
These
shit.
young
No, they
kids
don't get that shit.
spend fucking money because they know it's coming to Disney Plus, it's coming to Paramount, it's coming to HBO, it's coming to Netflix. I don't have to go to the theaters to watch this shit because if I don't go, that'll make it come to me even faster.
You know what they spend in place of dollars? Characters.
Yeah.
They produce characters in the place of dollars. They talk a lot.
Yep.
They say a lot of things. This has fooled so many corporations. It fooled the Democratic Party. They thought that sentiment online and loudspeakers on podcasts and in Twitter threads was going to march people to the polls, and then they got that ass beat.
Yeah.
Then they got that ass whooped.
Yeah.
So again, you got to be careful about how we gauge sentiment. It can't all be social media. It can't be the apps where
they think if it's trending
trending
on Twitter, they think it's good. If it's trending on Twitter, oh, we got us one. Not knowing that trending things is both positive and negative. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they understand. Like, oh no,
they don't understand the Gen Z generation. There was an article that came out for Gen Z, and I believe it for sure. This generation doesn't even give a fuck about streaming at all. They don't care about streaming. They are paying attention to content creators.
Stealing it.
Yeah, they're paying attention to like Kai and Drewski and all those people, and that's they're on YouTube more than they're on Netflix, Disney, and da da da. And I don't think that these corporations and things are really understanding that.
Netflix understands it because Jake Paul was fighting against Mike Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Beast was on Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Beast was on Amazon Prime. Yes, that is true.
They're definitely about to start looking our way in terms of new talent. The talent pools for studios are starting to shift away from traditional media and
you saw what YouTube Google just put out about YouTube. YouTube has taken over as the number one thing that people watch on their television screen.
Yeah, absolutely.
YouTube.
I'm included in that. I am included in that before I go to Netflix or anything. Yeah.
It's free.
Most of my time is on YouTube. When I first get home after doing my day, my TV goes straight to YouTube, and I'm looking at either whoever I'm subscribed to has uploaded or what's on my home screen recommended to me. Like I can spend hours on YouTube.
I check YouTube before I check Twitter and Instagram for sure. I barely ever check Instagram.
Probably.
I would
check
YouTube before Twitter. Yeah. It's almost a source of getting news now. Like instead of waking up in the morning, making your pot of coffee and turning on the news, I'm gonna scroll YouTube and see what happened over the night while I was asleep. That's just
it's the new terrestrial TV. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
TV was free. You turned on the TV, boom. YouTube, same thing. Turn on YouTube.
And it's so funny, right? So they tried to turn off the analog signals, or they make it harder for you to even get the rabbit channel signals anymore, right? And now we've just found a new way to get that very same information and force them onto that platform because we wasn't going nowhere else.
Right.
Now talk about the power of the small and how you affect the decisions of the big people. They tried to cut off analog signal from radio stations. They went to an all digital signal for your television, so you can no longer have an old box TV with rabbit ears on it. No, you got to get a digital antenna to pick up new signals, not the shit that has just been free for everybody to pick up since the beginning of time. Now we're cutting you off and trying to force you into the market of these cable companies. You know what we did? We took the internet and we got all of our information that we wasn't getting from the nightly news on YouTube. And now those network television channels that shaped the opinions of people and then their political opinions and everything else, they gotta come to us.
Yeah,
which is why the pro-Palestinian sentiment has changed in the favor of the right side.
And not only in terms of platforms, but now they realize that they have to hire talent from this pool as well. People are not looking at those newscasters anymore. They ain't looking at the lying people up there that's pushing narratives and taking checks.
That's owned by certain corporations.
Opinions over here.
Mm-hmm.
We give honest opinions over here. Even people who have deals with advertisers and stuff like that are still giving more honest opinions than what you're gonna get on Fox News, than what you're gonna get on MSNBC.
Yeah.
The new frontier.
And then there's the whole thing of just being subscribed to like people that you like, vloggers or whatever. Like for me, I subscribed to Loaf in 2020 due to, the prank stuff that he does or whatever. But, I'm still subscribed to Loaf, and his channel has evolved a lot from what he used to do. But it's like for those people that are subscribed to vloggers or whatever, even our audience or whatever, I've had my channel forever long. Some of these people, everybody, feels like you might form some type of relationship with whoever you're watching or whatever, just because we do spend so much time. They are seeing, and maybe not for you, Chill, but I do have a relationship with most of my viewers. I talk to my viewers outside of when I'm sitting down in this chair. I've had conversations with Raymond personally in my DMs on Instagram. So it's like we form relationships with some of these YouTubers and things like that. I've not had conversations with Loaf, but have I spoken to Loaf about certain things that he's put out? Yeah, it's like you watch these videos. I enjoy YouTube way more than I'm getting on Netflix or Disney or anything like that.
That's where it's at.
YouTube is what the reason I think of Snow White the way I think of it is because of YouTube.
Yeah, but that goes back to what I said about protecting their IP, right? So you probably think, not you, but a lot of people who probably didn't go see Snow White is because of that loud, bigoted side of YouTube, right? Pretty sure a lot of people didn't go see it due to that. Pretty sure. Disney or whoever, they never get out in front and try to correct said narrative. They never try to do that. You know what I mean? You brought up E-Man. They never, and this is why I say they don't care. Once they got in their head what they're going to do it. They never said, let me go get a YouTuber or somebody to help rehab the situation.
I know Eric Voss available.
That has happened with Eric Voss for Lucasfilm when they were promoting Acolyte. Not just him, Nick and Marina. There was like Star Wars Explained and like 7 other guys who got access to this to promote the and they were like the friendly YouTubers. I don't want to insult them, but they're not the ones who were ever.
Well, was it done on their own or was this Lucas based? You see what I'm saying? Like, because I think that they
them out. They gave them
to rehab something. To rehab Acolyte, or did they just fly them out to promote Acolyte?
To promote Acolyte.
Now I'm talking rehab. Because to promote is one thing. Nah, rehab is when Acolyte was going through what it was going through because of the whole, what they called them, the gay witch sister thing, and the whole,
while the show was going,
right? While the show was going, yeah, that would be that would be the time to try to rehab the show, right? They didn't do that. They put them out on the island, just like they did with the old girl from Kenobi. They left her out on that island.
And that was all of those articles about the streaming numbers. That's what they was trying to do. You remember there was a point in there in Acolyte where they were, it's the most viewed show on Disney Plus this year.
Right. But that's the wrong rehab.
To rehab it. Yeah, that's
the wrong rehab. That's bad rehab.
Ewan McGregor was in his car saying, "We don't stand for racism. We love Moses Ingram."
Oh, I forgot
they did something,
that.
And it made it worse. And that made it worse.
I agree. That's why you shouldn't do it.
No, you shouldn't validate it.
No, you shouldn't do
that. No, that validates because that lets you know you got underneath my skin.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need to do something to let you know that you won.
Agreed.
You see what I'm saying? The rehab, it shouldn't be, damn, they got me. That shouldn't be part of the rehab. The rehab
is you create a news story that's even louder than all that.
A better narrative, right? To change.
What do y'all think about Assassin's Creed and their first of all, they crossed 100 million players in like 24 hours, but they have the the harassment guidelines set up for players. They got like lawyers on retainer ready to sue people.
Really? I ain't know.
They got mods inside the game searching
Uh-huh.
for people who are doing racist stuff with the characters. It's like
That's
It's
interesting. That's
there's
something.
game police. Yeah.
But then they said if you are a creator on the game, you can't speak about it. You can't.
you can't even talk about
That's
it.
too
Yeah.
much because I would like to, talk about my thing. But fine, like you can't talk about your work. Either way, is Yasuke the main character of Assassin's Creed? No, he's a playable character. The main character is that girl. I don't care. We put way too much attention on this.
I think they're talking about in the online form because a mod wouldn't matter in the story mode. It's talking about an online. So if somebody's playing as Yakuza, then
this is about that. And I don't play Assassin's Creed. I play video games, not a lot. You want to talk God of War? That's my shit. Now this is about the whole black ninja with the Asian non-binary.
It's
everybody flipping out. I've seen it.
Yeah, it was dumb. If you go look at all this,
Yasuke is a real thing though. Like he's a real.
That's real. But all the Assassin's Creed take real shit and make it a fictional story surrounding real, real events. From the first Assassin's Creed to this one, I don't know why they went fucking shit a brick over this. They had George Washington and all of them with the Indian one. None of the shit that George Washington and all the forefathers did and that shit did they do in real life? Did nobody say shit? The Egyptian one, the fucking what was the other
one with the French Revolution?
One. You know what I'm saying? Like it was so now all of a sudden the black guy is in it, and oh shit, he wasn't real, and the Japanese, like, what? Come on, man, really? It's a fake fucking video game, man. What are we talking about?
But the character's not fake. That's the whole thing. Right, the shit that they was crying about wasn't even real. Oh, they put a DEI character in there. This ain't no DEI samurai. This person,
it's a real guy. Now, if you want to say, well, this real guy didn't do those things, cool. But who gives a fuck? Because we playing a fucking video game on some fake shit anyway. The fucking are the assassins real? Right. You know what I'm saying? Is there
guys, fellas, the racism is transparent. It's clear to see where everyone gets it. The character Yasuke is not the main character of the game. Like that's not worth putting this much.
That's not the point of what I asked you.
I think it's really important.
It's for the online function of it. The playable versus non-playable only applies to the story mode. If you're going to play as a black character on the open, the open format portion of the game, that's where all that mod and protection and lawyer stuff comes into.
Yes, but the amount of conversation made me think that the lead of this game was black, and with the main stories where you spend so many hours.
I see what you're saying. If he's not even a lead, why all of this?
Like
why all of this?
Yeah. No, because as soon as they saw that black,
I'll reserve this energy when Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft, when they make the lead character black. And people are complaining about a historical figure, but because this is like a side character, yes, playable during multiplayer. I'm just all right. Yeah. Arm shrugged.
I feel that.
Thank you, Blue. We got a super chat. Cucumbers.
I need a dollar. That's what I need. Hey. Well, I need a dollar.
He says, support the community. These super chats are hitting. Disney doesn't support black characters. He said it in the Kanye voice.
They don't.
Hey, can I say something about Kanye? That man has mental health issues, and he should be treated accordingly. I don't care what he does from now until forever. What he tweets, how many capital letters he uses, who cares? He's great at music. He's clearly not there all 100%. Let's be supportive of him. Let's
support him. Or for what?
Let's not highlight. Sorry?
For what?
Kanye
once you let me tell you this, Chill. Once you tell me that you have an issue, that lets me know that you have an issue.
Yeah.
So you're not finna manipulate me with your fucking issue. You're not about to do that.
That's how it works when it's a mental issue.
No, that's not how it should work. If you tell, if you say, hey man, I'm bipolar, and then you go and do some crazy shit doing one of your manic episodes or something like that, and then you say, hey man, look,
you're not taking your medication. Right. You don't shut out anybody who give a shit about you.
Yeah,
you don't have family around you. It don't
work that way. That's not how it works. I'm sorry.
You got some personal responsibility.
I have alcoholics in my family. When you do some shit based off of your alcoholism, I'm not finna be like, oh well, it's just his alcoholism. He's fine. Like, no, especially if you know that you got an issue.
I wouldn't equate the alcoholism. I know it's just a comparison, but I think that they're different enough. The mental health that Kanye West is experiencing compared to an
I ain't
alcoholic.
jacking that. I ain't
That's
jacking
cool.
it. I
Hey,
can't. I
They
can't.
can hear
Because it's been
people
going on. Because the only time he has a mental issue is when I'm dropping an album. Then he disappears for fucking a year.
Yeah.
I think that you can feel for somebody's lack of mental stability and still not support them while they going through their bullshit. Like, I don't have to be here for it. And y'all don't understand how much this shit really hurts me. Cause like Kanye West was one of my heroes growing up for sure. I'm not embarrassed to say that. Like my introduction into rap. He's my favorite rapper, my favorite producer. He's my favorite musical person, period. Like he's Mike Jack, Stevie Wonder,
Kanye
Sam
is
Cooke,
yeah.
Kanye.
And there ain't nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of people feel that sentiment. Kanye was him, still is him. And I'm not taking his musical genius away from it. But I'm sorry, Mark. Keep going. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, and you're right. Like you can't take that part away from him. But what I can't, like Blue said, you have the same thing with drug addicts.
Yeah.
Right. You have the same thing with alcoholism. That there are things that affect people's minds and their ability to make decisions. But if you never get to a point where you don't ask for some help, where you don't make some life changes to try and curb some of that, like he's not an invalid. He's not so out of it that he can't do anything for himself.
He clearly is. Never mind. We didn't wait for you to finish your sentence. He can do things for himself, yes, but he's still out of it enough for me.
You gotta make a change somewhere, man. Bipolarism is not something.
But what is he out of?
Uncontrollable.
I guess my question is, what is he out of? Because it seems to me he's of sound mind and body to get his phone out, tweet some shit, say some shit, even double down, say, "Oh, I'm not apologizing for this." You know what I'm saying? Like, out of what? What is he out of?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but it's enough for me. It's enough. He's doing enough craziness. And
so how
enough
would
for me
you
to
treat
go,
him? Jill? If somebody has if somebody knows that they would do some shit to you or say some bad shit to you, and then if somebody piss on your head and tell you it's raining, you just gonna treat it as he just pissed on me. That's fine, man. I know.
No,
like is that what? Because that's the equivalent of what's going on. He's basically doing some shit and hiding his hand in the guise of mental illness.
But he is mentally ill.
What does that got to do with the price of tea in China? Being mentally ill, right, does not mean that you're not that you can't do certain things. Right? Just because you say, hey, it's a lot of shit. All four of us might be mental. If we're gonna take a test, we might end up being mentally ill. We could be, right?
Yeah.
But that's not gonna make me disrespect Chill or disrespect Marcus or disrespect Darius and then blame it on my mental illness. No, you don't get away with rocking a swastika standing outside of fucking wherever the fuck you was at just to get fucking ticks and views and whatever. You don't do that.
Slavery was a choice. You get top.
You don't do that. So you treat him
river in the gondolas in France.
Yeah.
Like just
and you do treat him accordingly. You say this dude has a mental illness.
Yes.
I'm putting him over here.
Yes.
I'm not giving him no empathy. I'm not giving him no what's the word I'm looking for? Like
non-accountability.
I'm not treating him with kid gloves. The kid gloves was when he first started it, right? The kid gloves when he first started. Shit, Kanye might be a little off. You know what I'm saying? We are 5, 6, 7 years into the same shit over and over and over and over. It's the same play.
That's why we put him over here.
Or we just don't deal with them at all.
The fact that there are people who have this disease as well, who are probably even like beyond it, the point of schizophrenia, that find a way to function in life without behaving like this.
Salute to them.
It's we know it can be done. It's not impossible. You have to stay on top of it. You got to be responsible. But right now, Kanye's none of those things.
You're
and
right.
so it's hard to eliminate his personal responsibility in some of the stuff that
cool. There's a level of forgiveness that Chill has for Kanye. That all three
forgiveness
of you guys
before he does the work, though.
Yeah, he ain't
before he does the work to change. Even if he's showing you he's not going to change,
years.
you're still going to forgive him.
Because that's what I think. That's what I think his mental condition is. That's how I view it. Like he is not an addict, but he is he's not 100%. He doesn't have the mental faculties. Yeah, and maybe it'll take a good friend. Maybe it'll take an external source to kind of get him to that. And I hope that he does get that. But it seems like all of his friends are not his friends anymore, right? With that list that he
don't
wrote,
have nobody
except for Dave Chappelle. Dave
nobody.
Chappelle's name wasn't there, so I like that. I hope Dave Chappelle could get him on the up and up.
I don't think Chappelle can do shit. I don't think
Well,
Chappelle
Mark Cuban helped out with Delonte West.
And where Delonte at right now?
I think actually Delonte went back to his
back to his shit. Y'all think LeBron gonna smack Stephen A next time you see him?
One more super chat, Marcus. Sorry, no side tangents, okay?
I just keep elevating, no losses, just upgrading. My lessons made blessings. I turned that into money.
That's a fire song, bro. I used to ride my bike to that one when it came out. I would pedal to the beat. Yeah.
This man about to fall off his bike. Doom, doom, doom.
William Moloch said that the mirror was anti-Semitic. That's what it was.
I want to say something. I'm gonna choose my time for saying it because they throwing people out the country. I don't know where they're gonna send me, but
no, they can't. No,
I'm gonna buy my time.
We've been here before the inception of the country. I don't know where we're going. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me? But yeah, expect me to go on a rant about anti-Semitism at some point. I don't know when, but I'll pop it on you.
I was surprised when Abba and Preach did that. You know what? Time out. We're side tangenting back to LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith. Oh, the unmitigated gall. I mean, my God. So he goes on Pat McAfee. LeBron James kind of spoke about it, laughed at Stephen A. Brian Windhorst got jokes also. Like, what was Brian Windhorst, the reporter, played basketball with LeBron in high school?
Who did now?
Brian Windhorst?
No, I think he got his career based off of reporting on LeBron.
So basically, Brian Windhorst was a reporter at the Akron Beacon Journal at the same time LeBron was at St. V. Playing basketball. So he's like some young 20-year-old reporter, ain't got shit going on in Akron, right? Finds out that he got the next Michael Jordan right up the street from him and basically just hops on the bandwagon. Now, what you just said, he played on the team with him, right? It's been so many variations of that. He helped his career along. He mentored him while he was coming up through the ranks. He was his special reporter the entire time. That's how he got a job at ESPN. There's a reason why you've never heard of the Akron Beacon Journal. Okay, it's not necessarily prime time publication over there. So his trek was going from retiring some podunk writer in Akron, right, to being a not a headliner, but a main contributor on ESPN for years because of LeBron and his perceived relationship to LeBron. I was very surprised to hear him kind of push Wendy back. That was interesting.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
No one. He unfollowed Kendrick, remember? Kendrick Perkins. And then Kendrick Perkins said, and then I blocked his phone number.
I mean, I can see that. I mean, but Windhorst has been there since day one, and that's why I'm surprised of the whole, like you said, him giving the backlash on Brian Windhorst. So
yeah,
Brian been one shape his whole life. But Stephen A is the main event. Stephen A think the whole Taylor Swift's tour. So he told Pat McAfee, and Pat McAfee was just like nodding his head, like, yeah, right. I don't think McAfee.
No, that's what he said. He said, yeah, we've been watching it. When he said he's been on the tour,
on the tour, I think this is good for both. I think they might have had a conversation, man. Tell you the truth, Stephen A. and LeBron. I think this is
play it up.
Yeah, I think that's what's going, because this all started based off of the whole thing at that game, right? That's why I'm guessing it. We see the elevated.
It's not before then, but I think it's elevated since the video.
Since that. Yeah. So you have that, and he's coming at Stephen A. about Bronny. Now Bronny, slow start. I'm one of those who I still look at Bronny like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But it's as Stephen A isn't the only one, it's other people, you know what I'm saying? He saw Stephen A, he approached Stephen A, cool. But for this to keep going, they have to have sat down and say, hey man, we could turn this into a thing and we can keep this going. It's gotta be. That's how I look at it. It's gotta be, because why are they? LeBron has never been this active. And I know we can say, well, it's about his son. I get it. But LeBron has never been this active aggressively towards the media. As dope as LeBron is, the media made LeBron. Or help make LeBron. Yeah, it did. I see your face, Chill. The media helped make LeBron. It did.
Yeah.
Right.
He owns it now. He owns them now.
Right. He owned right. But for him to be so aggressive towards the media is kind of is weird to me. That's just how I look at it. It's weird.
Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, that was nasty. That's nasty. I don't even know. Oh, why? I don't even look. It got my name on it. I liked it.
That's just funny.
I don't know why Stephen. What was that? 4 years ago when he posted that? I do not know why he did that.
Stephen A said that was 10 years ago with the torn rotator cuff. That's not how I fight now.
That wasn't 10 years ago.
No, yeah, that definitely wasn't 10 years ago. I vaguely remember that being like maybe a year or two ago.
That's why he ain't pushed LeBron back. Is that uppercut right there?
That wasn't gonna do nothing.
The only thing that's keeping me from saying that that's a possibility is LeBron's ego. I don't think LeBron would knowingly allow someone to get off some of the stuff that Stephen A. Smith is saying about him most recently as a means of creating buzz. Like I said, LeBron James owns the NBA media. He owns it. I think that's part of the reason why people have tuned out a bit. But, you know, he's not just going to allow a large figure in the media, someone who controls a large audience, to speak this negatively of him.
Yeah,
I think I can get that. The latest point I think he went to was that, nigga, you faked going to Kobe Bryant's memorial. Now, there were outlets who confirmed LeBron was there. I didn't see any accompanying video evidence or photos, but it was like ET and Rolling Stone, I think, confirmed that he was actually there. But Stephen A. Smith was there, and he's saying LeBron wasn't there. So it's a he say, she say kind of thing. But
he apologized.
He's not going to allow Stephen A. to say that knowingly about him and get that narrative out there that he hates Kobe.
That's true too. That's true. Too.
He just not gonna let you slide. I think that it is a clashing of egos.
Yeah.
Right. I think, and that's why I'm so frustrated with Stephen A. because even the concessions he was trying to make in the beginning was too much. You said what you said. It's your job to say it. Stand on it.
Right. Yeah.
Stand on it. Yeah. I got mad at him where he's, but I always knew he had potential. I always knew he was an NBA player. Over 17 points in the game. I seen somebody talking about his G League games. Fam, I want you to Google Vanderblue. I want you to Google Vanderblue and look at his career in the G League. And then I want you to pair that with the fact that that man never really cracked a real rotation in the NBA.
Yeah.
Look at Vanderblue stats and how much he tore up the G League. And then compare that with the fact that he never cracked a rotation in the NBA. Please stop trying to convince me that this boy is here under his own merit.
He's not here. But I wish more people would accept what you just said. He's not here because he made his own bones.
Because he's good.
He's not here because of that. And I think most people were saying that it's not that we kept the 55th pick. We're not expecting him to go out there and score 20 points tonight, right? That's not the case. But also, we're not expecting him to have a guaranteed contract to the Lakers as the 55th pick either. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on. You can't be that up. LeBron, just say, hey, look, man, I wanted to play with my son. I got him here. We playing cool. You don't like it. You don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, that's what you did, LeBron. The Lakers, that's what y'all did. Cool. But when people criticize y'all for doing it, don't act like it didn't happen. Y'all acting like, nah, man. And LeBron, you said that your son was better than half the league just 2 years ago.
Bronny killed it in the combine. He has a 40-inch vert. He almost died. His heart stopped. Fam, the second part of what you're saying is the reason why he should have went back to college. A 40-inch vert is standard.
Yeah.
Like how many people in the NBA have a 40-inch vertical? And then on top of that, you're not naming any of the negative things that came out of his combine. Like he's undersized and unable to guard. Like he's a poor shooter. Like he doesn't necessarily have a handle that suggests he can be a point guard. All of those things come out in the evaluation too. Don't just say that he can jump high.
Right. And putting in the work is after the fact. Right,
fam. He doesn't play away games for the G League. He's a G League player. He's the 55th pick in the NBA draft. He's one of the last players picked up, and he only playing half of the G League games. Y'all getting to me, bro. Y'all getting to me.
Let me get to you because it's saying Bronny puts in work. What does that mean? Bronny puts in work. That don't mean nothing.
But when Stephen A. Smith did say LeBron as a father, that was pushing a line, and I think LeBron did have a right to be upset.
I don't know, bro.
I'm sorry. As a father,
I don't normally agree.
He did that. No one asked LeBron to speak on his son. Nobody told LeBron, hey, force the Lakers to draft your son. No one told him to tell the rest of the NBA world, do not draft my son because the Lakers told me they was going to draft him. If y'all draft him, he going to Australia. He's putting himself in the public light.
It's not Bron. And this is LeBron is looking at it like they're talking bad about Bronny personally, right? And it's not that. LeBron, you set the stage for what Bronny is walking into. That's the
LeBron
and
didn't
that's
tell
the
Pat
bad
McAfee that. That's not what LeBron. He told him the opposite. He said, "I know you can criticize players for playing."
Yes, he did say that.
What he said, he could say it all day long,
right?
Well, you're putting words in his mouth.
If that's the case, then what is he criticizing then?
Why do you agree with Blue?
I agree with Blue simply because this is I'm trying to ever since this whole thing has started. I'm not talking about our conversation. I'm talking about this beef between Stephen A. and LeBron. I've been saying, what the fuck are we talking about? This is sports. Yeah. He is going to get criticized. This man is 20 years old. I would understand if this was AAU basketball or Little League or something. He's 13, 14, and you are parents screaming some obscene shit about him from the stands. This man is he's in the league. He's grown. He might still live at home, I guess. I don't know if he lives at home or what. He is grown. He is fucking grown. He's in the league. And what these commentators or whatever say about him, it is their job to give you the positive and the negative. As long as they not saying, oh, I bet the motherfucker stink. I bet he don't take shower. They're talking about basketball. They're giving a basketball observant here. Like it's not. I think him talking about I got to protect my family. I got to protect my house. I don't know what he's talking about when he talks about that. This is basketball. It's confusing to me. I don't get it. So I'm rarely on Stephen A's side here.
When LeBron James gets his name called out, and as a father, LeBron, you gotta da. That's the line that was crossed. You said you can't say he's stinky. You also can't say they listen to you as a father. You can talk about the favoritism. You can talk about a lot of things. Getting into that,
but that was after
was too much. And
I was Stephen A.
Like when he pressed Stephen A. in person for the first time in my life, I heard someone say, "Yeah, but I bet you wouldn't say that to me on the phone." Huh? You could have called me, huh? But when it's in person, then it's on site. Like Stephen A. is so opposite of what I think is honorable in this. And then he did the media tour, and he hit up with all the Fox Newses, and he was kind of capitalizing, which he's been doing. Stephen A. has been kind of leaning to that right wing a little bit, and he's kind of been doing that anti-LeBron. Let me get my viewership up. Let me help myself promote myself.
Stephen A's always been anti-LeBron.
Yeah. What is?
And then we get to this week or yesterday, or maybe it was today. Was this because you don't think you're the best? Because I put you number 2 behind Michael Jordan? Like, what? Why are you trying to create that? That's the narrative, really? You think LeBron's at it too?
Yes, that's the narrative.
What are we talking about here?
Really?
He's one of the media figures who won't relent, who won't sit up there and
like
Shannon Sharp.
I don't get it.
That's how he makes his money. This is how he's been this since day one.
I don't get it. I don't get this conversation. This is this man's job. It's his job.
And
challenge him.
His sentiment against LeBron has not changed. Like he's been Stephen A. since whatever. So to think that he's going to change now all of a sudden because, and even when Stephen A. said the as a father thing, that was after the whole the shit. Right? Was it not? He didn't say anything about the father.
LeBron acting as when he told everybody, "Don't draft my son." Was he acting as a player or a father?
Or a father.
When he told everybody Bronny can hoop on the Lakers right now, was he acting as a player or a father?
I'll tell you that his power as a player was what mattered. Yes, it happens that he's his father, but if he would have done that with some other kid that he liked, that he trained in Akron, he's not related to him familially, but he told everyone don't draft him, the same result would have came.
Based off of basketball, though, right?
Based off of the pull that LeBron has.
No, but I'm saying, look, if Bronny came in, if once LeBron said, "Hey, X player is better than half the league, don't draft him because we're getting him," and that guy comes in and busts ass and is better than half the league, is that discussion being said?
How about I just find the example when
No, answer the question. Is the media saying, "Oh, LeBron is wrong and this dude is trash," yada yada yada?
If he's good, no, we're never talking about this.
Nobody's talking about it.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
That's not a thing.
Set the
Success
stage
shuts
for this
people up.
to happen. LeBron set the stage for LeBron knew that boy was who said that he had just coming off the heart situation. He was not ready. He was not league ready. He was not league ready. Go back to college. Get your win. The reason why he started off bad because he was not ready. He just was not ready.
But did y'all think he was sitting the bench at USC before he had the heart thing? Because why?
Because what?
Why did y'all think he was coming off the bench at USC even before he had the heart condition?
This isn't an indictment.
I thought he missed the beginning of the season. I don't think he was coming off the bench in USC.
He was coming off the bench. Yeah, he was averaging what, 2.5 points or something like that.
And then he got the cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Because
he didn't after the cardiac arrest, he didn't play no more. After the cardiac arrest, he didn't play no more.
Yeah. When did we? And I used to say this all the time too, to my boys. When did sports become so soft to where we're having this conversation about my LeBron, you can't say this about my son. You can't say that. Like, what are you talking about? This is sports. I'm going to bro. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I'm going to criticize where I see criticism. Like, come on, like it's crazy. It's crazy. Ain't nobody out here saying the same shit about like the other folks in his class. The other motherfuckers in his class that are in the league now. We're not having these conversations because they're pooping. When you are a hooper and you're out there hooping, that's it. That's it. Then you're giving us something to talk about. But when you're out there and you're putting up the points that you're putting up in G League numbers, then the people are going to be saying, well, why the fuck is he in the league? I mean, it's just what it is. I don't get the conversation. I don't get it. If you're not league ready, you're not league ready. Some motherfucker, some birds can fly, some can't. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is.
But that's what I'm saying. If we draft him, he's a project. Okay, he's a project. Cool. But don't act like he's supposed to go out here and score 30 and be buzzed. You know what I'm saying? Like, he a project. Treat him as such. He should.
Yes, there you go. There you go. He's a project.
He's a project. Doesn't get allowances to miss half of his games.
Right, and that's what I was about to say. They're not treating him like a project. They treating him like LeBron James' son. So now I have to approach this situation like LeBron James' son. You see what I'm saying? Because I can't approach Bronny like just I can't approach him like the 55th pick because y'all not treating him like the 55th.
Y'all not treating him like that. Exactly. Yeah.
That's sound.
I'm sorry, and my sister and I have different fathers. Her father's nephew is in the league and plays for the Nuggets. I think he got drafted to the Nuggets, but then of course, kind of like Bronny, wasn't doing too hot. They put him in the G League, and I think he's averaging like 30-something points a game. Trey Alexander is averaging 30-something points a game, I guess, in the G League. So they pulled him up to
averaging 30. Meaning he had some whoppers out there and didn't just stumble upon a 30-point game for people to point out and see, look, he's good, right? He's good.
Right, yeah.
Right. So I'm like, yeah. So that was my point.
Yeah, I just don't know how it go back to what Derek said. Why are we even having this conversation?
Because LeBron feels Stephen A. crossed a line.
What line?
Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
Not being good?
No.
Sorry.
A line that a journalist should not cross when speaking about players. That's how he feels.
What line, Chill? Tell me the line.
Oh, let me find the example where Stephen A. brought up the father thing.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You can pull up anything that Stephen A. has said about, as long as he is not deliberately attacking this man's household, his ethics as a father, as a husband, or anything like. He is
ain't say he
talking
was
about
raising them wrong. Yeah,
he's strictly talking about. I mean, it is what it is. I'm sorry, your son is not NBA ready. He's not. So what do you want me to do? Sugarcoat and get up here every day on ESPN or First Take and be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, and lie and tell people tell people they're not seeing the exact same thing I'm seeing.
I agree with what you're saying. I agree with what all three of you guys were saying and telling me. There is a line that can be crossed.
But what's the line? You just saying because he said, "Hey, Stephen, hey LeBron," as a father, that crossed the line?
Yeah. Now I gotta find that actual clip and show you it, present it to you, and then you guys can say no.
And, let me ask you this: was it factual? I'm just asking. Was it factual? Because this whole situation is it is kind of fatherly. It has something to do with LeBron using his father, his player power to maneuver his son into the league and get things right. So as a father, you set your son up to get this criticism because LeBron didn't have to say shit about Bronny. He could have just let Bronny play the game, get drafted or not, and come into the league and go. You know what I'm saying? And that be that.
You could have did all of the shit behind the scenes to
behind
get
the scenes.
The Lakers
you still could have made
nothing and didn't say a word.
But you set the table.
Arrogance, man. It's arrogant.
You set the table. So and you set the table as a father. You did. You didn't set it as a player. You set it as a father. That's what LeBron did. So with Stephen A saying as a father, this is what you did. That's the bed you made. And I don't still see that as a personal attack because you did it in a professional setting. You said, LeBron, you said these things. You said he's better than half the league. You said, don't draft him. We gonna draft him. This was you doing that. So what line did he cross? Everything he said was just, look, everything that he said was factual. That Stephen A said was factual. Now the shit that they get into now is muddy in the waters, but everything before all the bullshit now, factual. I don't care that he ain't got a relationship with Jordan or fucking, maybe the Kobe thing is a little
about the rest of that shit.
Yeah, whatever. That ain't got shit to do with shit. But when it comes to Bronny, if he ain't good, he ain't good. Or if he ain't, let me not say he ain't good, because I'm not gonna say he's not good. If he's not ready.
Yeah, that's it. If he's not, I mean, hell, not everybody can play in the league. A lot of niggas got a ball and a dream. But not everybody can play in the league. The only reason he's there, and we all know that, again, it's his daddy. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
Because he has no business being in the league. None.
I agree. I'm with it. And I can't find the exact clip, which may mean that it doesn't exist, right? But
no, I saw when he said it. I saw when he said it. I just don't see that as crossing the line. That's just me. Okay. I just don't see that as I don't see that. Some people might say that's a personal attack. Me personally, I don't see that as a personal attack because he put so much parenthood on top of the business. If you get what I'm saying.
He did indeed.
That's a fact.
So it's like now when approaching it, you can't separate the two because of what you did, LeBron. You didn't just let it play out. Like I think both of y'all said it. Behind the scenes, you could have pulled all the strings in the world and got your son to whatever team or to the Lakers or whatever, and not said nothing. But you chose to talk. You chose to be air. Like he should have been on Charlotte or some other, like that's where he should have been at. He shouldn't have been with you. But you wanted the whole I want to play with my son thing, and I'm blaming the Lakers too for letting the shit happen.
For letting it go.
Second round pick.
What that mean?
It means it wasn't that high of a risk.
I'm not. It's not that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the optics of we got to get this guy to play with LeBron because this was just this would be the first time on a team father and son
history
in the league in history.
And the man pretty much said wherever his son get drafted is where he gonna play.
He did say that.
Like he kind of put him in a chokehold. He's like, "You want to resign me? You know what you got to do. Spend that 55th pick."
So come on, like. There it is. More fatherhood on the business.
Well, he better get his daddy guns ready because unless he improves, the criticism's going to continue. It's going to continue.
Somebody said in here, how easily would it be for him to just go and be a regular billionaire and live off his dad's money or something like that? We about to find out.
Well, I don't. The
about
thing
to
is,
find
I
out.
want Bronny to succeed. If he got the skills to succeed, he should be able to succeed, right? I think he should. But the thing is, now the spotlight is on him, and I don't know Bronny's mental fortitude. I don't know if he got it, is strong enough to carry. But LeBron put a lot of weight on this boy's back. LeBron did that.
So the only thing that would make me spaz out on somebody about my kid is confirmation that my kid was affected. It's confirmation that my kid felt it in some sort of way. If my kid don't give a shit, if he brushed it off, I'm probably not going to react like that, because I'm seeing this really not. Why mess my situation up? Why get my blood pressure up if he don't care, right? Unless I see something that I don't like. So if I see it with my own two eyes, I don't care what you feel about it. I'll take care of it.
And why we ain't heard from Bronny?
But yeah, if I feel like he probably did, how could you not, bro? How could you not? And NBA players are sitting half court sitting sideline at your game saying that you're not an NBA player. Not know nothing journalists who average 5 points a game in a D3
these
college.
are people who play the game.
No. Yeah, your contemporaries, people you're gonna be playing against, are looking at you and saying on live TV, "Yeah, that ain't it." I don't
Anthony Edwards. What did Anthony tell him?
That's probably getting a
you wanna talk
Tyrese
fathers?
Maxey tore you apart. Okay, that's getting under his skin. It is. You can have all the money in the world, but getting publicly embarrassed at what you're supposed to be a professional at is not fun.
Yeah.
So even if he's not directly saying it to LeBron, I know he sees that, and he probably is like, all right, look, I gotta do something. Not even registering that you set this whole thing up. You said it wholly. I predicted it. It's on the list. It's on the Marcus was right list. You know what I'm saying? it was on there. I said that this shit was going to happen. You're going to build this monster up, and he's going to have to deliver. And when he doesn't, the NBA media going to eat him alive. Other NBA players going to eat him alive. Common fans are going to eat him alive. He's going to turn into a punchline.
Yeah.
And that is all because you had the proclamation that this man was a professional while he was still sitting the bench at USC.
Jaylen Brown said he's not good.
Do you know how hard it is to even be the son of greatness?
Man, that's
Do you know how hard that is?
That's tough.
And
let alone to come in and actually do something.
Yeah, genetics is a weird motherfucking thing anyway. Just because you're LeBron does not then mean just because you named him Bronny, he's gonna come in and repeat what you did. I mean, genetics is a weird motherfucking thing, bro. Shit.
I just would love to hear more from Bronny. I would love to hear him get this man on Pat McAfee. Let him talk.
He commented on the punch on Twitter. He said which I think now that's when I think it's getting out of hand. I'm like, okay, now
it's just come on now.
Now it's crazy. You got him talking about cap to the punch, and I'm like, oh god, here we go.
What now?
When Stephen A said if he would have punched me, I would have uppercut him. He quote retweeted.
He said cap. He said
he said cap.
Yeah, I'm claiming cap too, because you tucked your tail and ran initially. Like when it first hit, and you thought that you could just apologize and brush it under the rug. You was very deferred. You were very. I apologize, and that was LeBron James the father. That wasn't LeBron James the athlete. I understand that, and I get where he's coming from. You didn't have to give none of that shit. You could have told that man, hey, and the next time you see me, squabble up is what you could have said, but you didn't. So
I don't think Disney ain't finna let him say that.
Disney paid that man a lot of money to say whatever he want.
I think it's a line they don't want him. I don't think they want
but
him
can
to
he
incite violence.
But then can he not get on his own platform and say what he wants to say?
Hell, you want? Yeah, he can say whatever he
wants. But
not on First Take though.
Right, not on First Take. He can probably get on his own podcast and say it, but then I don't even know how far he can really go on his own podcast due to him still being
that nigga beats pretty snappy on his.
He do, but it's he do. I don't like Stephen A, but I listen.
I don't either.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm still looking at where his bread is over there at ESPN. I don't know how big his own podcast it is, how much revenue or whatever is bringing in.
No, his bread
at ESPN is the bag.
Yeah.
So yeah, he can say, hey, I said all that shit on my podcast though, and they'd be like, yeah, but that shit went viral, and you still attached to us, and you see what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
why
sort
I
of
said
like falling
genetics
out.
is weird. Go
I'm
ahead.
falling out with Stephen A. I used to think like, he talks for a living. He's gonna misstep here and there. And he's kind of losing me, man.
Yeah,
He's
no,
still the
Stephen A.
same
gets
he
on my
always been to
nerves.
me.
The same guy. Yeah, pretty much
he's
the same guy.
I used to argue with him in the mornings, getting ready for work, getting ready for school. I can't. Stephen A. I've never been a fan of him like that. To the comment there about Bryce, that's why I was saying about genetics being weird. It skipped Ronnie. I'm not saying it skipped him as in like he's just not good at basketball, but Bryce, it's always that younger brother. Bryce is good.
Going to Arizona, man, and I hope and pray that he leaves him there so he can develop. Because again, like you said, the genetics slipped down to Bryce. He's like what 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah.
Long
He's a big
wingspan.
kid.
He's a defender. He don't really have an offensive bag right now, but he does the little things. He defends. He's a hustle player. He rebounds. He gets blocks. I see his skill set transferring to upper levels of basketball much better than an undersized guard that can't shoot and has all the pressure of being LeBron James Jr.
And with the heart condition.
Right.
I don't know how hard Bronny can go. I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, how hard can Bronny died? I think a lot of people don't even, like, he literally died. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where does he really belong in the NBA? He is a liability out there. Really is. Point blank.
Yeah.
It is pretty scary. They wouldn't sign Chris Bosh back, but then they signed Brian. They didn't. Chris Bosh pretty much came to the Lakers and begged them to sign him to a 10-day. And this was like 26, 15, 16, something like that.
15, 16, yeah.
And they wouldn't do it because of the heart thing. They was like, hey, man, it's too much of a risk. And
maybe they're different heart things.
I mean, I guess, but
well, we got one guy who died and one guy who never died. We got a guy who died and one guy who never died.
I think the risk of that arrhythmia or that occurrence, like, so with the blood clots, it could clot at any time and you could just kill over. With an arrhythmia, you could do the same thing, kill over on the floor. Right. It's not like it's something you can predict is going to happen again. So
is that not
the same level of jeopardy?
Is that not what happened in the 6 Man, the movie with okay.
Wayne and
you don't, and I'm not even trying to be funny. You don't want a situation like that on national television.
Absolutely not. And they jumped head first into it. Like, sure, yeah, we'll be fine.
He won't play that much anyways.
Off topic, 6 Man's great movie.
It was a great movie. Go
ahead. Did you guys touch on the super chats?
No.
Let's go.
And we just mad because your ass is old. My first thing you do is just pick up the
phone. You guys weren't there. Me and Darius know. Bull just dropped 39 in the game league, in the G League. That's the G doesn't stand for Game League. Why are you trying to rebrand it? The Game League? Game League. It was called the Developmental League, the D League, and then Gatorade sponsored them. There's no Game League. Look at this guy. How many Game Leagues teams can you name? Queefer Sutherland.
And I see Figure Drawn saying we're talking crap. We're not talking crap about Bronny. Bronny is Bronny. Whatever he does, he does. This is not an indictment against Bronny. You're saying that he's not ready. He's not ready. Dropping 39 in the G League, like Darius just said, his what you said, your cousin,
my sister's cousin, but yeah,
your sister's dropping 30 is averaging 30. I don't know how hard it is or what the talent pool in the G League is. So to say, hey, this one game he dropped 39, y'all crazy. Have y'all not seen his highlights? I don't know if y'all. What was that? What was my Asian dude?
It's very highlight driven. Very like acknowledge the highlights and ignore the lows.
Yeah,
ignore the lows.
To say he's killing it is it's a stretch. You go look at any of those other young guys out there that are actually killing it.
We don't even have to move off of this roster. Dalton Catch is a second round pick.
There
as
you
well.
go. There you go.
Are they even close
That's
to each other?
That is a great
Do
example.
they even look like they playing at the same speed?
You don't even really have to use another person you can just use Bronny's numbers because numbers will never lie to you.
Never lie.
I don't know where you see he's killing it. I mean, stat wise, I mean, okay. Yeah, I don't know that one. And I'm not talking crap about Bronny. I am purely giving my observation to what I'm watching. Like, I don't know how to simplify that anymore. I don't know how to make people understand that when you see bad, you point out bad. Yeah. When I see good, I'm going to point out good. Yeah, so if you're not playing good, I'm not going to say, "Oh, I saw him playing good." Like, what? What are we doing? I don't get this conversation. It's so crazy to me. But if y'all want to sit there and pat Bronny on the back and say that, hey, he is doing fantastic, he's killing it, he is his father's son, you do that.
Played for the Knicks, the Asian dude who played for the Knicks, who went crazy.
Jeremy Lin.
What happened? What? I mean, hey, it got him a championship with Toronto, right?
That boy put 29 on Kobe's head. And
Simu Liu was on the championship parade bus with Jeremy Lin. He was there because he was famous for Kim's Convenience here.
Yep. Yeah, and then
Jeremy Lin
switched to another team and all of that. And what happened to him?
He had a long career though. He played a while.
No, he did. I'm just saying we're talking about Jeremy Lin who played ball. I think he got drafted. You know what I'm saying? He cooked.
What do you
Ronnie, who did of course he's. I mean, is that what we're about?
I don't get it.
Jerseys?
Yeah, that's nothing to do with skill.
No, jerseys is crazy.
Okay, so using Blue's example, did Jeremy Lin not sell shit tons of jerseys that week he went off?
Linsanity was crazy, right?
Yes, he even had a saying, Linsanity.
Until it wasn't.
That be doing all the TikTok dances. What's his name?
Who is it?
He's a rookie. He does all the TikTok dances. He got.
You're talking about Jared McCain.
Yeah, so Jared McCain up there with Bronny too, right? They both should be getting guaranteed
contracts. Okay.
Getting a lot of attention online. You know what I'm saying?
You want to talk about a motherfucker in the same class that is hooping, who was in the running for rookie of the year before he got hurt. You want to talk about a rookie hooping? There you go, right there. And that nigga was hooping way before he even got in the league. He was hooping at Duke. He was hooping when he was in high school, bro. Stop it. That's numbers. That's numbers. Those are numbers.
And it's bringing up this stuff is making us like shit on Bronny. I don't want to shit on Bronny, but y'all making it to where it's just like low hanging fruit.
Be like this. He threw him to the wolves. Now it's gotta be like this. You wanted to,
and that's what I'm saying. I don't want to shit on Bronny. Bronny should just be allowed to hoop. He should just be allowed to hoop. Let this man hoop. Let him either succeed or fail. That's what it should be. But since the table was set for this is what you get.
All right, I'm gonna fight on behalf of Kiefer Sutherland. Value is being brought to the team for a very low cost of a second-round draft pick.
Oh my god! Oh my goodness! We don't measure.
It was a second-round draft pick.
Sports teams.
Who else were they going to
and merchandise sales?
We do not.
This is not Marvel MCU.
I thought we were talking hooping.
I thought we
were talking about hooping.
Win games.
He wrote something else.
Hey, the Lakers got blown out by 30 tonight, but we sold some Bronny jerseys. At the end of the season, they are not measuring how many jerseys you sold, how many foam fingers sold, how many bobbleheads sold. That they're not measuring the merchandise. Did you get a ring? Did you accomplish what we fucking set out in preseason to do? We're not. It's crazy.
This is what they measure.
Crazy.
Right, oh, where'd it go? This is what they're measuring right here. This 2.3. 0.6 and 0.6 and 32%, 32.7%. That's what they're measuring right there. That's it.
In garbage time minutes.
I don't care what it is.
He just got 30 minutes the other night when he put up 17. Everybody's going crazy about.
I didn't say that to
defend
him. I was adding context to the numbers. I wasn't trying to
support. Oh, okay. I got you. I thought that you were still being Queefer.
No, I'm good. Queefer, you're alone, bro. But I'll give you this, the greatest Laker of all time. That would be it for the topics, unless you want to talk about black wrestlers.
I know they're definitely not measuring Bronny on rings, but I'm saying that is what the goal is it not? I mean, is the goal to win championships? Or are we setting out to sell bobbleheads? What are we doing?
I don't think they care about that no more.
It's not anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, let me check out.
The new generation, he don't care about rings. Paul George say he don't care about rings.
That's insane. Let me check out. And again, I know people, y'all probably hate when I compare it to my AU basketball and stuff like that, but the goal at the tournament was to walk away with hardware. Okay. Don't come play for me.
That's why
we're not passing out.
Yeah.
Speaking of rings,
I grew up where everything was competition.
It's a competition.
Everything was competition.
It's a competition, bro. When if we got knocked out of the platinum bracket and got put in the consolation, nigga, I was ready to go home. What are we competing for? A pat on the back? Thanks for coming. Nope. I'm sorry. I'm too competitive. Uno, Jenga, I'm competitive. It doesn't matter what it is. So it's crazy to me. I don't want a pat on the back. I don't want a thanks for coming. I don't want a certificate. I don't want a second place trophy.
Is the win. But then participation is the win.
Someone else going like level 3. Do you go level 4?
Yeah, me.
What do you mean?
Yeah. You said you're competitive.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be competitive. Yeah, I'm gonna. But like, yeah, bro.
We're all like that. We all nodded. That's
I'm not like crazy. I'm competitive. Like if we're playing,
I'm not crazy with it.
I'm playing to win. I'm not playing I'm not playing for cardio.
Yeah, bro. We're not out here like this is not when we played games. We weren't out there for shits and giggles and hobbies. We weren't collecting Hot Wheels. We were out there. It was a business trip. We're accomplishing something. When we would go to Vegas or anywhere, I would always tell the boys, yes. Obviously, I want you to enjoy yourselves, have fun, but this is a business trip first. We're not here to run the strip. We're not here to go hang out in the hotel with the other. This is a business trip. Let's get this work done. Like, if not, you're not playing with me.
Because I play on with military. We just won the championship, right? Them boys out there and they way younger than me, so they was, they up and down the court, but. That shit, when they fuck up, I'm in it like, what the fuck y'all doing? Like, I didn't come. I'm 42 years old. Y'all 20 to 25. Are we playing or not? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I could be at home fucking live streaming with Chill right now, but I chose to come fucking do this shit. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, Blue. Remember Alex from that commercial where you got to do the right thing? He told the referee it was out on me. Remember that commercial?
Yeah, he lied. That whole commercial. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Have y'all heard the newest commercial? Sorry, Chill, I know you were going somewhere with that. Go with that.
Well, because we all know where all three of us stand. Where do you stand? Do you tell the referee it was out on me? Like, if you actually tapped it out, what would you do?
Man, that's the ref's job. That ain't my job.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
The newest commercial.
Put it in the basket.
Thank you. I don't call it.
I'm gonna answer. What was the newest commercial?
The newest commercial is parents yelling you can hear these parents yelling in the stands. I've only heard it audio. I haven't seen it on anywhere, but parents yelling in the stands. And then the kid comes up to the parent during like a halftime or timeout or something and says, all that yelling you're doing in stands, it doesn't help me out. We're not competing for a champ. We're not getting paid to play. We're not doing this. We're having fun. And I was just thinking to myself, I hate this. And I'm not saying parents need to be up in the stands saying like, you're well, with my cousin played and I was in the stands on his ass as if I was, but he also played for me AU. I was on his ass. I was the coach. I don't understand this. We're not competing as if we're getting paid. Yeah, nigga, but you're still competing for a championship, a W. What are we that commercial can go to hell just like with that one.
How do you ever learn how to compete like you're playing for money if you've never done it before? So you think somebody gonna hand you a check and you're gonna be able to snap your fingers, turn on a switch, and compete at that level of people competing for money?
It's a detriment to the society that we're living in with this younger generation as we see the the participation trophy generation. Yeah, it's a detriment to how they view the world or how they, what I'm saying? Like we're talking about competition. Competition envelops every facet of life, right? Work, relationships,
and
all of that. Like it's all a part of that. So when you just he, you don't get what you set out to get, and you settle, and now it's, you know what I'm saying? Now you got the, oh, I'm depressed or I'm this, I'm that anxiety. It's because you didn't compete growing the fuck up. You didn't compete.
Yes. The stuff I don't care what sport you play, whatever sport you play, the stuff you learn in sports, you will feel in life, in real life.
Since you didn't compete, you didn't learn how to lose, and now you think you're a fucking winner with everything you fucking do, and that ain't the fucking world.
I got $100 on it right now, right hand to God, recording on the Pantheon. $100. If Bronny James becomes a starter of the LA Lakers at any time within the next 2 years, you got $100 from me. Come and collect it. Figure drawing.
Bronny is a what? Ninth man at best.
Sure.
Fam, he said he about to be a starter.
It's not basketball.
Starting.
Let's get to the rest of the
move over, Austin Reeves. Let's jump over. Luka. Here comes Bronny.
Let's jump over to some heat, some Harlem heat. And I'm asking you if Booker T was tap dancing. This is Swerve Strickland from AEW, who formerly wrestled for the WWE when they were talking about race.
Because I'm black, I've been working for the company for a long time, and I know I've been treated fair for the last 20 years.
That's not what happened when Vince said the N-word in front of you. That's not being treated fair. My opinion. And to that statement, it's not even what I'm saying. I'm saying what people are saying. I'm saying what your audience is saying. So it's not just me just talking out of my ass out of nowhere. It's what your audience has been complaining about for the better part of like 2-3 years from not seeing black talent getting single matches on PLEs and stuff like that. It's not
because I'm black. I've been working for the company.
Booker T.
Fucking Vlad.
Okay. Yes,
I am mad that he went on Vlad. I'm mad about that.
I hate Vlad. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just had to say that.
Do you think that Booker T deserves the stain that he gets? And he still remained friends with Hogan after that whole thing from 2016. I don't know. I don't look at Booker T for like the way I look at Colin Kaepernick. Like I don't think of Booker T that way.
I don't think you have to look at him that way to expect him to choose, right? And it's one thing if you don't necessarily come out and be outward or very vocal about an issue. It's a whole nother thing when you get in line. That's sending a message. Not speaking on the lack of representation from black wrestlers, not speaking out against Hulk Hogan. Okay, those are choices, and it does speak to something, but it doesn't necessarily point to exactly how you feel. When there is, like Dude said, this is not just wrestlers that are coming to talk to you about. This is the audience that's saying this. I know that for a fact because I happen to be a returner to the WWE audience, and I've said the same thing within weeks of watching it. Like, damn, where the black people at? Now, Stephanie, we're going to give credit where credit is due. Stephanie McMahon in the women's division is doing her damn thing. Not only are black women leading storylines, not only are they competing for championships, getting singles matches, getting tag team chances. Hell, Bianca and old girl Naomi just gave up the tag team belts.
Hey, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins won the tag belts for the men's side.
Did they?
Yeah, but that just happened.
SmackDown?
Right?
That's a SmackDown.
That was
watch SmackDown.
What
okay.
it was last week.
There's some changes happening. Yes, that happened
I'm
last
hoping
week.
that's a trend, right? I mentioned the Royal Rumble to you a month ago or 2 months ago in January. I was like, I watched that whole Royal Rumble, and the only black
Carmelo
people
Hayes,
in the ring were Carmelo and Speed. Yeah, it's like, dog, that's how you feel for real. You can either stay quiet about it, or you should probably choose right. Booker T chose neither one of those options, and he said, "Yeah, I'm still friends with Hulk Hogan." So,
you want to see this list from BET? They were ranking the top black wrestlers, and all the way at number 6, number 4, number 3, number 2, number 1 was the 5-time WCW champion Booker T, above The Rock.
BET is a white-owned company. I'm not a. I don't know how that connects back to Booker T, but
I don't think that's off. I think the reason why he was this is the reason why I don't think that's off. Booker T, The Rock was huge, but Booker T was constant. It was a consistent thing, and I think that's what it is. And I'm old school wrestler. I remember Harlem Heat when Booker T showed up. Harlem Heat. So I get Booker from
tag team champion Booker T to, I think, Intercontinental champion was his first solo championship, into becoming the champion, right? And he was always there. He was just a consistent thing. The Rock was not liked at first. He became The Rock, and it became him and Stone Cold became a huge big thing. But Booker T was just consistent. And as far as being just fully black, yeah, I would think he would be.
Nah, we can't give him that. We can't give him that because he don't use it and he don't advocate for it. Hold on, because Booker T black for real, for real.
Hold on. Wait. I don't mean it. I don't mean it that way. I mean his mama's black, his daddy black. That's what I'm talking about as far as black, not his idea, what his thought process or what he thinks.
For
I'm just saying, as far as
sake, if we can flatten out The Rock's blackness for a minute. Now I understand he's biracial, but for a moment, if we can flatten that out and not make it an issue, I think in terms of sheer influence, right, it kind of beats out the fact that Booker had a more constant run through WCW, ECW, and WWE as opposed to The Rock coming in and out. Was he not on ECW?
No.
No.
You could have kept going though. It's not that important. Keep going.
Okay, I thought he was. My bad. But anyways, I think it kind of trumps that because again, The Rock became so much of a household name that he introduced wrestling into non-wrestling households. That's not something that Booker could say ever at any point.
I'm just saying because
what it meant more for the brand than Booker T.
You had The Rock, Rocket 2, Booker T at 1, right? The Rock was 2.
Oh, you said in this list.
Oh,
The Rock was like 4 or 5.
The Rock was number 2, and Booker T was 1.
Booker T was 1. I think they both can be interchangeable. I think it should be a 1A, 1B situation.
Okay. If you respect longevity, I hear what you mean with longevity. Rock came in 1996 in Survivor Series, so that's November, and then he was out when it was Scorpion King 02, 01. He was out in 7 years. So yeah, I think I understand that reason. I wouldn't say his lineage matters to me at all. Like if his lineage doesn't matter, he just shouldn't be on the list. But
and yeah, that's another thing too.
Yeah,
the WCW and WWE situation, him being in those two huge major, you know what I'm saying? The Rock never went over to WCW.
No.
So he was
the WWE darling, so they would never let that happen.
He was. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying, for the Monday Night Wars, I got to see Booker T on WCW, and then when he got tired of that shit, I got to see him over there. You see what I'm saying? The consistency to me makes sense to have him as number 1 because, like I said, I'm older than y'all, so I got to see Inception to where he is now. Also, I got to see The Rock Inception to where he is now. Rock is a bigger name, but consistently, anytime I turn on wrestling, whichever company I picked, I saw Booker T. And that's how I'm looking at it. So
let me fight Cornelius for a second. The Rock is basically a brown-skinned Polynesian like Rikishi. When he was introduced, Soul Man Rocky Johnson was his dad. They explained that on commentary. I remember at WrestleMania, he was facing Rikishi, but Soul Man hooked him up and gave him a victory. He joined the Nation of Domination. The Rock's father side of his family was never something hidden from the wrestling audience.
So also, just to pick at that point just a bit, through some research of my own into Polynesian people, the ancestral history of Polynesians may not be so lacking in melanin, may not be so oriental.
Well, everyone's
no, they speak of
no. I'm talking on those islands, their ancestral history.
Yeah, no. I quick little story. As a kid, I lived on an island, KwaZulu-Natal Island, South Pacific. They speak about
just making up words.
KwaZulu-Natal, South Pacific,
osteoporosis.
No, but they speak about even the Hawaiians. Dark skin. You know what I'm saying? Dark skinned people always show up in ancient stories with people. You know what I'm saying? So that's a thing. That is a thing.
Understood. But much like the Zoe Saldana thing, that's just a conversation that keeps coming up on this show where somebody can be of a separate background and claiming one, I don't think denounces the other.
Oh, no, it don't.
Rewind to Swerve Strickland, what he said about the black wrestlers in pay-per-view. What was the point? I forget what he said, bro.
But that Booker T, he was talking about how he's black, and he basically what Terry Crews did to Gabrielle Union when she was complaining about NBC.
Yeah, he's being
I
that
love
voice.
it here. It's great.
Yeah, because a paycheck is coming in on a weekly basis. He does the commentary for NXT, and he's going, no, this is good. Well, you know what, though? NXT is very black. I watched this episode this week. We had Jada Parker for a title match. We had Javon Evans and Obafemi and what's his name? Trick Williams, right? Trick Williams been the top guy for a year. And I mean, number one in developmental. Obafemi is their champion right now. He's kind of can't miss. They're doing a hell of a job, especially with Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. They're doing a fine job of new talent. Javon Evans is 20 years old. He already has that catchphrase where he bounces off a rope and everyone calls him bouncy. Like that, there's a lot of good things that Booker T may be witnessing on a weekly basis, and I might get why he goes, what are you talking about? Well, what do you mean? We're doing plenty
I
of black.
that. I had a wrestling fan, one of my homeboys, who was kind of, because I brought this point up to him. Yeah, boy. I brought this point up to him as well. And he kind of said the same thing. He was like, oh, there's a lot of stuff going on in NXT. Again, speaking from a wrestling normie perspective. Remember, I told you we're all normie in some kind of universe or in some kind of genre. So I'm a wrestling normie. And so from that perspective, you got to do a lot narratively, I think, to pull me into an NXT. Because right now I'm still getting in the swing of watching regular wrestling every week. I watch Raw every Monday. I catch SmackDown every now and again. Like I watched when Bianca gave her talk with Naomi about what happened with Jade. Right. I watched that.
How do you like that?
I'm with you, Marcus. I'm a normie. Didn't used to be, but I'm a normie now because I'm coming back
now.
in.
Exactly.
And I look at NXT like, is that the G League?
Yeah, it feels inherently lesser. So when you tell me, I'm like, hey, I want to see black wrestlers, and you like, oh, they killing it on NXT. I'm like, oh,
the G League,
which means you got to wait another year and a half for them to make it over to
migrate. And if that's the plan, then it should show itself, right? Obviously, I have to give them a little bit more room than I'm giving Marvel at this point because they have it's a different track record.
Oh yeah, Marvel's got nothing. I look at the full slate and looking at next year, they've got Ironheart and Wonder Man.
Exactly. So I'm definitely, a little bit more willing to let them work this out. But damn, it's not lost on me that it doesn't really seem like they have shit going on at all for black wrestlers on the main shows.
Except they main evented the tag match, which is a good thing. You didn't see that SmackDown, but it was a good thing.
Did you if you think one of those guys is going to end up getting a solo push, but that's equivalent to just seeing a New Day match. Like, what's the difference between that and having a New Day go out there and fight the LOB or anything like that, or
a tag team match main evented night one of WrestleMania last year, and the year before that, it was with Sami Zayn versus the Usos, and it was The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins and my boy Cody. Tag team isn't lesser than. Just because it's not singles wrestling, and because most of the time singles wrestlers.
I like tag team. I used to like tag team. I don't really.
It depends on the situation, right? Like I don't want to see Damage Control in All Americans fight for the millionth time. Like some of this stuff is just kind of redundant. Now, if there's an actual story behind it, there's a reason. I was gonna say
tag team has to have a dope story with it. It's got to have because it's not enough teams. It's not enough teams.
Yeah. See, we had a lot of teams. We had the Dudley Brothers. Yeah. We had the Hardy Brothers. We had the Hardy Boys. You had
LOD. You had
yep.
You had
New Age Outlaws. You had Edge and Christian.
Luke and Bradshaw.
Yep.
What was Rikishi's friends? Scotty Tuhati and
Scotty Tuhati. I forgot about them.
Yep, Scotty Tuhati, Buff Bagwell, and you had you know what I'm saying, teams. So, but you don't have a lot of
X-Pac and Kevin Nash was together for a while.
Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. They got like 5 tag teams right now in SmackDown, which they've got a tag team. They're not just thrown together. Motor City Machine Guns are a tag team who've done things outside of WWE, which I know may mean nothing to you, but like they're experienced. DIY are pretty.
How many? I'm sorry, Chill. How many crews? Because to me, crews is a big thing. How many crews is it? Like we had Generation X, NWO, 4 Horsemen.
They got a lot of those on Raw. They got Damage Control. They got all the American Made. They got LWO. They got
the Judgment Day. They've got
Judgment
Alpha,
Day. They got New Order.
The Alpha Crew, whatever they're called. The Bloodline, of course, which is like
Bloodline,
10
obviously,
wrestlers.
which is one person. Or well, I guess they're all together.
Is
but
it too
like,
many? Okay, now y'all not making it seem like it's too many crews. Is it too
They
many?
do got a
crews?
lot.
Like-
They got a lot. Everybody clicked up over there.
There's enough faction. Yeah, faction is the correct word Cornelius uses.
Faction. Yeah.
Bring back the era of factions, like 5+ dudes. Yeah, maybe like for Survivor Series.
I was going to say, you remember when Survivor Series actually premiered during the WCW invasion? That was the rawest pay-per-view I have ever watched in my life.
Oh, because whoever won got control of the company.
It was WCW versus WWE. That shit made my brain explode.
Yeah, I thought wrestling was real too, so I was really rooting for the WF.
Oh man, y'all should, look at y'all young bucks, man. I love it.
Yeah. You probably knew everything, bro. You probably saw it all.
He was reading wrestling magazines.
No, that's actually
when didn't even know.
When the WCW WWE merger happened, I checked out. I hated it because I was such a big WCW fan. You know what I'm saying? Not that I didn't like, because
it was such good. It was such good story, man.
I hated it, man. It just because it took. It's like, I don't know. I could see the wrestlers didn't like it because a lot of the wrestlers did not like what was going on. They did not like the merger. A lot of them didn't even know it was even happening.
That played into the story.
It did. I just saw it. the old Republic thing.
I want to know what Booker T.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
No, go down what memory lane. Finish your thought. Go ahead.
No, I'm finished.
I want to know what Booker T does to respond to this. I hope he's on the hot seat, and I hope that he maybe brings this up with Triple H, like, hey, yo, they're really killing us right now, because every time we do pay-per-views or premium live events, PLE, it's usually just white guys. And I know he's been pressed on it once before, like 4 or 5 months ago. Well, we still are getting mostly white characters, wrestlers on the card during these, big cards. I was over at the Elimination Chamber, and it was pretty Caucasian, with the exception of Nia Jax. It was, we're not really getting that. So maybe this and him speaking on it, Swerve speaking on it from the outside, trying to make AEW feel like the more inclusive brand compared to WWE. Maybe they'll do something with the New Day, do something more with the New Day. Maybe they'll do more.
I wish they would do something with this heel act that they're on. Like, let's push that a little bit further. Again, you got all this shit going on with factions. Why not have New Day as a heel?
Yeah.
Fight somebody else, because now it's very redundant. Oh, let's fight LWO. Let's fight.
They need McMahon, man.
Let's fight the same people we've been fighting.
They need McMahon back. I heard he was still running shit behind the sines. They need McMahon back.
He's running presidential fake assassination attempts, teaching them how to blade their ear and everything. With a New Day, they'll probably win the tag titles in the big schmoz, the multi-man match that they do at WrestleMania. That's probably where they'll win that. The week before Netflix, they main evented Raw. And it was just them having a breakup segment with Big E. And it was like a good position for them. It's not hopeless the way Marvel is, which is a point you brought up earlier. But maybe this puts a fire under their butts if this gets a lot of press. Who Booker T, who BT called their number one wrestler, has to answer, has to address it, has to validate the complaint. And maybe the hot water, people thinking he's a Hulk Hogan apologist, maybe he'll use his pull, which he does have. He is respected. He'll use it for the benefit of the Raw and SmackDown, not just NXT.
You want to hear a company that hears you. Oh, they hear you. WWE listens to their fans, then they have the benefit of hearing the tenor in real time. But also, example, Jey Uso flubbed a jump out of the ring a couple of weeks ago, and it went viral on the internet. People were like, "Oh, I don't know about the Jey." I mean, I know myself. My son loves the Yeet stuff, but I'm like, this dude really can't shoot a promo. Like, his promos are terrible. He misspeaks. He says the same thing over and over again. Yeah, I know, Oos. They don't believe in me. They don't believe in what I can do. They know I'm gonna lose, but I'm still here, Oos. Yeah. It don't be going nowhere. He struggles a lot, man. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
That's bad.
But the one thing we did get out of that shitty promo is that he actually references the flub and they build it into the story. Like, hey man, you messing up. You got WrestleMania coming up. What are you doing? They brought his brother back.
Yeah.
They tried to make it kind of realistic.
They got him, but they botched again. Like here, he tripped on his spear.
I think that was meant. I think he meant to do that because again, he talks about it in the back.
And he loses the match immediately afterwards. They have a conversation about it. It was driving story. Of course, that one was planned, but they built on it, right?
Yep. And I think that comes from them paying attention to what the reception is. So if they are hearing us, then we should see it.
No, they definitely hear. Wrestling is built on audience, like actually listening to the audience, because that's the only way they really sell tickets. It's built on audience.
That's hilarious. We did it all this Booker T praise, and he got Jimmy Uso out here, can't talk, can't jump.
So yeah, I think that I think you see a change with Booker. He will address it head on. I don't see why not. Shit, this might make him step back and actually have a some type of ring rolls for real. So who knows, man? Anything could happen. Shit is wrestling. Anything can happen, man.
Shout out to Lex Luger.
Oh yeah, he getting Hall of Fame, right?
Yep. Bionic arm and all.
Yeah.
Cheater.
That's crazy. What he got in an accident? What happened with him? For him to get into the wheelchair, I forgot.
Yeah, I don't know either. Happened during the Old Republic.
Oh man, they say he was a terrible. Let me stop. They say he was a terrible as because they wanted to make him the next Hogan.
Yeah, the Lex Express.
Yeah, they wanted to make him the next Hogan, and they just couldn't. He just was terrible. Couldn't do it.
He just was terrible.
Yeah, that's what they said. As far as never mind. We ain't got to go there.
I love that. He got it. He's like, yeah, we're going on too long. Let's just end the stream.
Yeah, not to. Obviously, I wasn't in that conversation, but you did say New Republic, and I don't.
Darius ain't said a word in the last 30 minutes. Where'd you go?
He heard the Republic. His head poked up.
I'm sorry. Y'all started talking about that, so I was looking at some Marvel Legends to order. But when he said New Republic, not to take us into a conversation, let's end the stream. But Marcus, leave you a little tidbit to think about. They are talking about an Acolyte season 2. Cue Josh.
What?
No, they not.
They are indeed. They are indeed.
They scrubbed season 1 from the library. Now,
it's not on Disney Plus.
No, isn't it down? They took it down.
As much shit as they talked about it, and as much as they talked about it, like it just did so bad. They fucking said how bad it did.
And you know what? I actually hope this is a real rumor and it's actually true, because that just confirms what I already think about them damn Ray movies, that none of that shit actually get made. Because if they got it in their mind that they about to get another $250 million to make season 2 of The Acolyte, none of that shit is coming out, y'all. None of it. We're safe. We're good.
We're good. We're safe.
We are good.
Mark's safe from all Ray movies.
For sure. We are good.
That's crazy. Season 2 Acolyte, huh? Okay.
You know who Darius is gonna recognize? Number 5 on the list. This wrestler, Casca Reeves of The Mandalorian. She actually got some beef with the old management at WWE. They were like, "What are you doing?"
Number 5.
She's not number 5. Who's better?
No.
Like, how many achievements? How many others main event WrestleMania?
I don't think she's what.
Mark Henry?
Is she been in the game long enough to be 5?
When she kind of got on in 2015 to 2025, highest paid woman in wrestling.
And I hate us to keep going, but for her being, and I'm not saying that to take anything away from her. I'm just saying, what is it? Top 20 list?
I think we having that same argument we just had about The Rock, man. How much impact did Sasha Banks have for women's wrestling?
Fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out.
No. I'm on your side. I'm on your side, Chill. I'm on your side.
His point is counter to mine.
How much impact did Sasha Banks have towards women's wrestling? Again, she headlined WrestleMania. It's hard to put other, especially another black female wrestler, above Sasha Banks.
But okay, but now we're splitting the hairs now because this is top 5 black. Right?
Well,
This is top 5
a
black.
woman is somewhere in there. First of all, the women are outpacing the men right now. So there's got to be a woman in there somewhere. The women are outpacing the men currently in terms of name recognition, spots that they're getting on the cards. The women are outpacing the men.
Give me 6. Give me the 10 from 6 to 10. Give me 6 to 10, and then we can. I just want to see
black wrestlers
of this list. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you got to look at it.
I just want to see, and then we can call it a day. Junkyard Dog, she's over Ben Simmons. Okay, keep going.
Ron Simmons, yeah. And then
Rob said Ben Simmons. Ron Simmons.
Bobby Lashley is 8.
Bobby Lashley.
Bianca is number 9. She came in like what?
She's 9. Okay, all right. Hey, maybe I'm just that out of touch. Let me see what 10 is.
10, it'd be Devon Dudley. Devon Dudley. Well, yeah, you got to respect tag team, yeah.
Okay, I'm just that out of touch. I'm just that out of touch.
Yeah. But where are we gone? Here we are. You know what you got to see though? You got to see this. Make sure you're looking, Darius. Pay attention again. You got to see the DDT heard around the world. They might pull the stream, but here it is. Boom. No stunt double needed. That's her. Here we go. Flamethrower. Activate. Boom. That's the kitchen sink. Tornado DDT with the jetpack assistance. What? To the table. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Fire.
She'd have never done that shit to Bobo.
I don't. You know what? That list
maybe her wrestling real person, but that character wouldn't have bitched.
Other than 1 and 2, that list is bad.
He said I got a crush on her. You're not wrong. I got crushes on wrestlers. Trish Stratus, Mercedes. What? Dr. Umar. Why? Are you making a face under there? What was that?
Dr. Umar.
Who?
I saw when I said Trish Stratus.
Dr. Umar?
Do your thing, chill. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. Cross-pollinate all you want, my guy.
He was on one of the newest episodes of Drewski.
I don't fuck with Umar. Funny. Umar trash, man.
He is proven to be a bit of a charlatan here in his later years.
Perfect
Umar
way
been
to
asking for money at that damn school since I was a kid, since before I went to college. So
it's this YouTuber who his whole fucking shit is like shitting on Umar, and he was like, I bet his next video he's sitting either in his car or outside of the school. I was like, he said he ain't got no home. He was like, he's homeless. Like, have you ever seen him inside his house doing anything? I was like, you know what? You motherfucker is really you right. He don't be
like, nomadic, like the people he's from.
That's what he said. He said he was nomadic. That's why he get all these interviews, because he just be needing a place to stay. So they put him up in a hotel and go do his little shit. I was like, this is crazy, but he right.
That's funny. That's funny. That is funny. Come to think of it, no.
Hey, Umar actually not having a place to live and doing engagement so he can have somewhere to sleep is fucking hilarious. Even if it's not true, it is so funny. Because I feel like you can make a movie out of that. Like, this nigga just bouncing in the city, staying in hotels. Stay away from white women.
I mean, when he said it, I was like, you know what? That shit really makes sense. Like, everything he said was like, I couldn't really dispute it. I was like, you right. He be in his car.
He always be out from a hotel.
Yeah,
room
like.
Like, damn, might ask Umar where he lived for real.
He might have stayed with Drewski after that episode.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Now, brother, you know you have to keep me up. You know you gotta You got to keep me at your house while I do this interview. But I promise I'll be out in a few days, brother. You know, African solidarity, brother.
He said it 3 times. You got to put me up, brother.
You got to put me up.
You got to put me up, brother.
To put me up, brother. You have to put me up.
Put me up, brother. I'm like,
my African brother. It behooves you to put me up.
Oh, Umar, look at Tina. Tina always trying to come in on
I got time.
It's about to be 1 o'clock for me, y'all.
I know, man. I just want to hear what Tina got to say. But I'm out of it.
Go ahead.
You let her in? You sent her the link?
I didn't click on it. Darius did.
Oh,
I'll send it to her. I'll send it to her now. Check your DMs, Miss Tina.
Umar, the trip. Like, how
you guys want to be here for this, or do you need to go say your goodbyes? You need to hop over to.
I'll see what Tina talking about.
I just want to hear. She probably got some. She got some juice on Umar. Probably she got some Umar tea.
Oh,
she know he homeless. Like, like she like, yeah, he is homeless.
Oh my God.
That's cool. Like, how you can't? I've seen people have opened school. It's schools that have opened and closed, and Umar still ain't even got a school going.
One day when that school comes up, I'm gonna be here talking about how nice it is to have that school, the education that's being educated, taught. You know, I'll be happy for it.
You make sure you save that date, buddy. This man LeBron then bought apartments for his students to live in before this man even built a school.
He was walking through the school showing shit. I'm like, Umar, the floor ain't done. You don't have lights up. It's like, what you been doing with the money people been giving you, man? Like, what you been doing? They said we get GTA 6 before we get that school. That's for real.
It's sent, Tina. That's funny.
Yeah. Oh my God, man.
Y'all, can y'all hear me?
Yo,
we hear you.
I was out walking my dog, right? And so I was starting from the beginning, listening to the replay. And Darius got so upset. And I'm like, why don't I ever get invited on the streams? I want to come on the exciting stream so I can argue too. I was walking my dogs and I was like, Darius. So mad, and then I clicked the YouTube and I'm like, they still live. Next time y'all are gonna have a heated conversation, please invite me. I would like to express some anger as well. Thank you. I'm not gonna hold y'all any longer.
Yeah, no, the Marvel talk got us a little hot under the collar tonight.
Yeah. I'm siding with Darius. I think it's hitting too Billy. Me and Blue kind of talked about it a little bit. Yeah, I think it's clearing it easy too. Yeah, nah. but that's another day. Yeah,
yeah. I was about to say we're not about to restart all of this, but I will definitely.
I want to hype y'all up. I'm gonna leave.
Damn, Tina, I thought you was coming with some Umar tea, man.
No, the Umar's homeless tea.
No. Me and Tina, we normally be on that same page.
Because I didn't know y'all was still live. I was like, let me go back to the beginning because I seen your thumbnail was talking about Doomsday. And I was like, oh, let me see what they said about Doomsday. And Darius was so upset. And I said, these niggas is still live. Let me get it. Let me come on. Next time y'all are going to have a heated conversation, invite me.
For sure.
I would have been on Darius' side tonight. Yeah. I think it's clean. And me and Blue said, I think the story is going to be convoluted. But yeah, they clearing too easy.
Where do you stand with Steve? Where do you stand with Stephen A. and LeBron?
Don't listen. Don't question me about LeBron and Beyonce. Okay, just don't do it. I'm biased. That's where I stand. I'm biased. Don't ask me nothing about Beyonce, LeBron, and Ryan Coogler. I'm biased. Don't ask me.
Even Coogler?
They don't do nothing wrong. They don't do nothing wrong. They don't do nothing wrong.
Tina, you'll be the first one to talk about Coogler's sinners. Give us your opinion on that.
Me and Blue talked about that. I think the budget's too high. I've heard great things about it, but I think the budget was too high on it. I'm a little nervous for it.
I said it gets to between 275 300. She said no.
No.
Lower?
And then she say lower.
Oh. Well, that ain't good.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like I told Blue, when you start dealing with Black people, Christianity, and voodoo.
I said that. Man, hey, what you doing on Sunday? Josh ain't gonna be here on Sunday. What you want to stream?
I'm off Sunday. I'm off Sunday. Give me a time.
Give it the deets. Give it the deets.
Give me a time and I'll work it out. But yeah, for sure. 40 people, 40 and up, voodoo, Christianity. No.
I mean, that's how it be. Yeah, for sure.
So I have it landing somewhere around 160, 170.
That pains my heart.
And I'm Team Coogler. I'm Team Coogler. I'm Team Coogler all the way. I think the budget was too high. I think if they would have gave them about 60, that would have been the sweet spot.
What'd they spend?
90.
So they need 180 at least.
That's to get a sigh of relief. So in order to really be happy about it, you need to be at about
210,
215,
220.
Yeah.
And me and Chill talked about this. Get Out did 225. Get Out did 225. You don't give horror movies money. First of all,
no, you don't. You're right about that.
You don't give them. You don't. Did they need $90 million to make this?
I was gonna say, what did they need
No.
$90 million for? Who got that money?
They didn't
Well, they
need
paid Michael B. Jordan twice. What are you talking about?
No. I was about to. Okay, you was about to say no.
I was so confused for a second. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I knew what he was talking about, but it didn't. I was for my ass to get literal. I was like, no.
It take a second sometimes, Darius. I get it, but
It did, because here I am. I'm like, is he an EP? I'm like, wow. But yeah, that's why Blade. They was only going to give Blade 100, and that's a good spot for Blade,
which is good. Yeah, 100 for
but not for Sinners because it's original. It's an original story. It doesn't have built in like I'm coming to see it because it's Blade. This is an original story, and it's your target audience is Black people. Are white people gonna come out? Yeah, maybe. You got black. You got Black people and Indians tearing white people ass up in the movie. Are they gonna go back and watch it a second time?
No.
But I'm not gonna keep y'all on. I'm gonna get off. Y'all hit me up. I'm off Sunday. Bye.
All right, what's up? I got you.
We're all gone.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm ready.
Yep. Subscribe. Check out Sunday Back of the Bus at 4:30 roughly. It'll be Marcus and no Josh. But don't worry, we got Josh right here.
Hey, I've been watching y'all every single time on Thursday and Friday because I swear to God, y'all switch up every now and then. But rock out. I'm fucking with it. I'm out.
Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate it.
All right, dog.